The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 321, being recorded on September the 6th, 2020. I am one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the Best Coast, Gunny Chief, Henley Merrill. Welcome back, Henley. Welcome.
Good morning, good afternoon. Most of the fires are out here in California. We're feeling pretty good about it. How are you, buddy?
Doing mighty fine there, sir. And from Little Ohio, saving up all the money to buy all the 3090 cards, the Mayo, Steve. Welcome. Woo!
Hey, what's up, Jesus?
Hello.
Yeah, you gotta have all those 3090s.
You're gonna SLI them all together, 50 cards. Put them all.
Bit mining.
Put them all in your son's tower that he has.
Oh, yeah, they'll fit too.
50 cards and they're just all looking. We're going to the same motherboard. That'd be legit, dude. That'd be fucking legit. Do it, Mayo. Do it.
I'll have my own little AEP power station behind my apartment.
Yeah. Anyways, people, welcome to the show. Welcome. Another Horrible Gamers podcast coming to you straight to your ear holes. But first, you can follow us on Twitter at _Horrible Gamers. You can follow us on Facebook at Horrible Gamers Podcast. That's our page. We also have a group on Facebook, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. You can join that. It is a closed group, so anything that you post in the group stays in the group. As well as a Discord. Discord link is in the show notes. Just click on that on your phone or on your computer, and it takes you right to Discord, and it takes you right to our Discord server. You can join it. It's that easy. It's that easy, man. It's like just click.
Super
like,
easy.
You don't gotta do nothing. Just click it or tick it.
Tick it.
Anyways, I want to give a quick shout out to our patrons at patreon.com/Horrible Gamers. I want to thank our friend Robert Noble for being a Patreon since May 6, 2020. Sean Pacharek since April 2nd, 2020. Chad since October 29th, 2019. Brandon Willier since September 12th, 2019. Vaderaholic since August 30th, 2019. Commandalorian since August 14th, 2019. Native Lives Matter since May 20th, 2019. Henley since April 17th, 2019. Jesse Kraus since April 13, 2019. Pork Chop Poo since March 27, 2019. Niprod since February 28, 2019. Robbie Wheat since June 1st, 2018. Adam Sunday since April 5th, 2018. John Jerome since March 2nd, 2018. Evan Tanaka since February 24th, 2018. And Jonathan Big D Ho with the most tenure here at February 21st, 2018.
You win, John.
Woo! You win the most days, John. Woo!
The leader.
You're
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
You're still losing in money, though. You're still losing in money. Catch up, John.
I need more money.
Catch up.
PayPal me, John.
He maxes out his credit card, just Patreoning everything to us.
It reminds me, like, I'm still not on there anymore for some reason. Like, I have to go through my Patreon and redo it or something because
what the fuck?
Credit card got hacked.
Yeah, it got hacked, man. What the fuck?
Your bank card.
Yeah. When I had to update my bank card, it didn't come out that first month, and I thought I fixed it, and then it still hasn't come out. So,
you know what's nice about PayPal is all I had to do was just go into PayPal and change my card. So it just changed everything for me. Audible, Patreon, all that stuff. So it was nice. Xbox, PlayStation. Changed one thing.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, people.
Nice to see your beautiful faces, guys. Let me just say that right now.
Thank you for being...
two of you.
Okay, Gunny. Settle down, Gunny. Fuck. Thank you to the Patreon machines. And real quick, you can head on over to Stitcher.com/premium to sign up for a premium account. And Stitcher, you get access to ad-free listening as well as exclusive shows and so much more. Head on over to Stitcher.com/premium and get yourself a free month by using promo code HorribleGamers when you sign up for a yearly subscription or month-to-month. That is promo code HorribleGamers at Stitcher.com/premium. And give a quick shout out to our friends over at Redbubble. At Redbubble, you can head on over there and in the search bar type Horrible Gamers and get yourself some HGP gear like I did this week. Yeah, I got me some coasters and a poster and some toasters. Yeah. So head on over to Redbubble. Get yourself some gear, ladies and gentlemen. You get yourself a phone case. You have the tablets. You have iPads. Get yourself an iPad case, a laptop case, Mayo. Get yourself a motherfucking pillow. You like them pillows.
You know what you could do with that pillow we were talking about earlier with Little Mayo? You could put the acrylic block in there and beat the snot out of any intruder that comes into your home without a Glock.
It's a self-defense.
Multi-purpose tool.
Self-defense weapons, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what Redbubble, but buy yourself some gear, ladies and gentlemen. Just head on over there, get yourself a t-shirt or something. Support the show. We'll give a quick shout out to our friend Ricky Alfares for providing the intro and outro music this week.
Thanks, Ricky.
He made a special song for us. It's called The Final Stage.
Yes.
Yeah, Final Stage, Mayo. We'll be using that as the intro and the outro of the music this week. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think about it. And, yeah, let's get to talking about video games this week. I'll play games, you play games. Let's talk about video games! I played some motherfucking Fall Guys. Yeah, I played some more Fall Guys this week. That's on the PlayStation. It's on Steam as well, but fuck Steam. I got it for free on the PlayStation. So, Fall Guys...
What do you think?
It's a fun-ass little game. It's really hard for me to do a lot of the things. I think if I played it, like, a lot, I think I would get the hang of it and, like, the movement of the character. I think the problem is I don't understand the movement of the character very well, so I'm, like, always missing jumps or something. But it's a fun little game. It's fun.
There's a little delay in that timing. I think it's on purpose, though.
Yeah, it definitely is. So like you gotta.
That's the jank of the game.
Yeah, you gotta get used to it, I think. And once you get used to it, I think you're able to just run the courses pretty quickly. So yeah, I was playing that the other day, yesterday actually. It was a lot of fun, man. I like Fall Guys. It's a fun little game. I want to know what they're gonna do to improve the game. Whether like what are they gonna add, like new modes. Like I want new shit in there. Add guns.
On it.
I want guns. I want a plane that flies overhead. I want to be able to jump out of the plane.
100 Fall Guys jump out of a plane.
Onto a little town where all the guns are and everyone fights to the death. Yeah. No, there probably will never be guns in Fall Guys, but you never know.
Would it just be Fall Down Guys?
You never know if there's guns in Fall Guys.
Fall Down people?
Yeah, like what if you fall out of a plane and you don't have a parachute and you just like bounce on the ground and then you have to like get yourself up and get a weapon and beat the other people?
That's it. You got it right there. You're not supposed to fall out of the plane. You're just supposed to stay in the plane. You're supposed to kick the other people out of the plane. Then you win.
Okay, that might actually be a cool mode.
It's a big plane.
That actually might be a cool mode. I'm not gonna lie. That would be really cool.
That would be funny though, right? Everybody's falling out. Did we win? No, we lost.
Yeah. Anyway, so I played some Fall Guys this week. I played some more Call of Duty, of course. And there's the thing about Call of Duty, guys. There's a situation, Mayo. Get close to your microphone, Mayo. The situation has happened.
Uh-oh.
So I was playing Call of Duty.
I saw you playing yesterday.
I was playing yesterday. And I was like, you know what? I got this OLED TV that I've used like 10 times. And I paid like almost $2,000 for this shit. And I only used it like maybe 15 times. All right?
Right.
Like, why did I waste that money on this shit? I shouldn't have bought this fucking TV.
You could have had a 3090.
Yeah, I could have had a 3090 right now. Goddamn fucking TV. Anyways.
eBay.
Anyways, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use this TV. I'm gonna launch Call of Duty on my TV. So I hooked up the HDMI cable. I plugged it in. I turned it on. I turned down the settings because for some reason the game, the 2080 Super, has a hard time running the game in 4K. It just does. I don't know what it is. It really struggles running it in 4K, like with all the shit high. So I like had to turn down some shit. I obviously could not have ray tracing on because that would drop it to like 30 frames. So like I just turned on a lot of shit. And I got it to 60 frames, right? You know, the game looked incredible. It still looked really good. But I had it at, 60 frames on the TV and VSync on and that shit. I was playing it. And then I was trying to use the controller. The problem was the screen is too big and I cannot use a controller at all. Like,
yeah, it's tough. It's tough. That's why I bought it on PC. My eyeballs are trying to go from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen, or at least halfway down and halfway up. And I was getting motion sickness. That's why I like playing on this 1440p screen. 27.
But I don't think it's that. I think it's that the fact that I've been using mouse and keyboard for so long on Call of Duty that I've gotten used to it. That I couldn't aim for shit. I'm telling you, man, like I'm usually number one on my team. I was on the bottom of my team. like I was like 0 and like 10, like for the fucking first 5. When I got a kill, I was like happy. I was like, oh shit, I got a kill. Woo, Jesus got a kill. I was celebrating shit. Well, like, cause like I legitimately could not kill anyone. I was like running at people. I was like, I can't. Like it's too slow. The movements on the controller are too slow. Yeah. I can't turn fast enough. I can't. Like when people are running at me, I can't melee them fast enough. I can't do anything fast enough, and it's just I can't aim. Like even when I'm aiming down sights, the length that it takes when you pull the trigger, with the time it takes for him to put the gun up to his eyeball and you can see down the sights,
yes,
is literally a half a second longer on the controller than it is on the PC.
It's too long. I agree. Like, that's how I've played the Call of Duty the last few times now, where I'm like, screw the controller. You know what? It feels good, but it's also at the same time, to me, it was like, I can't compete with these guys. There's no way. So I had to go back to mouse and keyboard, and that's how I've been playing.
Yeah.
4 or 5 times.
I don't know, Mayo.
I find when I use a controller, I over aim or under aim.
Yes,
like,
over aim.
The analog stick, I try to center on them, and I'll either be too far left or too far right, depending which way I'm spinning, And I have a really hard time. Like, I love the movement. Like, I feel like I can move way better with a controller, but the aiming is just so much more difficult.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. Like I was getting my ass fucking handed to me, and I was pissed off. I was getting fucking mad. I was like, you know what? Fuck this game. Fuck this game, and I turned it off. I was fucking mad. Right, I was fucking furious, man. I don't know. It just pissed me off that I couldn't play the controller anymore. I was like, what the fuck? Fucking PC bullshit. Damn it.
I was just sitting there thinking we got almost all that console love washed out of you now.
God damn fucking shit.
PC now.
This is some bullshit, man. I want to play on my damn console.
You got like 10% of PlayStation in your bottom left foot yet. You got to get it out there. You'll be good.
Shake it off.
But so yeah, that's what I've been playing. I got some more platinum guns. So I got a new the Ram 7 is now platinum, as well as I've been working on the Striker 45. That's a really good submachine gun. There's another one. I think it's called the ISO or the IMO or something like that. It's a submachine gun as well. It's not as good. I don't like it that much. But it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, that one's all right, I guess. I've been playing lots of that. Call of Duty is just a blast, dude. I fucking love that game. That's the best Call of Duty they've done in such a long time that I don't think the next Call of Duty will be as good. I don't think so. I don't think Black Ops.
But isn't that how it always goes? The second one will be Or the next one will be, yeah, this one's just all right, but I enjoy the campaign more, but the multiplayer is not that great. And then the one after that will be amazing. All right, it just goes back and forth.
Sometimes
It can't all be tens.
Treyarch, I like Treyarch's games. I think they're cool. I've just always been more of an Infinity Ward person as far as Call of Duty goes. I've always liked Infinity Ward's Call of Duty's better. Even like Modern Warfare 3, when they had all that shit where everyone got fired and Vincent Pella quit and he went to go make Respawn and make Titanfall. Even with all that, I still enjoyed Modern Warfare 3 over Black Ops 1.
I feel like he left that team in good hands, even though it ended on a sour note.
So I don't know if this, because I've seen.
I feel like they're carrying that torch, though.
I've seen the leaked footage for the new multiplayer for Call of Duty's Black Ops or Cold War, whatever the fuck it's called. I saw the leaked multiplayer footage, and it's pretty much the same multiplayer from Modern Warfare. Like, they have the same intro where you're in the van and the van is driving and you pull up and you jump out of the van or whatever. It's the same shit, but it seems like a lot of the maps are based like in Miami or Havana or like Cuba and shit like that. You know, like it looks like one of the maps is probably Havana. It looks like another of the maps is probably in Miami. So it looks like a lot of these like neon lights and fucking the 70s and shit, you know, like 60s and 70s fucking neon lights and casinos and, you know, and you're pulling up to beaches and you're fighting on like the side of the beach or whatever. You know, it's like, it looks okay. I mean,
it is alpha gameplay.
I'm starting to get worried already. I'm starting to get this vibe that we're gonna start seeing neon lights and lighting like that in a lot of games because they're really trying to push ray tracing, and they want to show the reflection. So I feel like, you know, because you see Cyberpunk, it's got neon lights, and now like Call of Duty have neon lights, and there's a couple other games I've come across now that have like neon lights.
I think we're gonna need like the next map in Cold War is gonna be something like, it'll just be called PC something or rather. It'll just be RGB fans everywhere, flashing. I don't know.
No, but
ray tracing everywhere.
But I've seen the leaked footage doesn't look that good, and it looks like all the characters that they had in the leaked footage, they were wearing like very bright fucking colors. Like they were wearing like pink jackets and like and like purple jackets and like purple guns and like they just had all kinds of bright ass. And I'm not into that shit, you know. Like, if you are, it's cool. I get it, whatever. Like, it's your shit, you're cool, but...
Yeah, hey, if you're a Twitch streamer, you want the new bright and shiny.
I'm not. You know, and I'm not really a big fan of those bright-ass colors in my multiplayer games and my shooters, especially, like, a military shooter. It's kind of just weird.
Show your pride.
Yeah. I just don't know. Like, how are you going to have, like, soldiers dressed in purple and shit fucking fighting a war, you know? What the fuck's going on? So yeah,
I've seen Gears try and do that multiplayer.
So that's why I don't know. I don't know if this new Call of Duty is going to be for me, but I do still look forward to seeing what they do show in the reveal of the multiplayer. I think they're going to have a new Battle Royale map as well, but we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen with all that shit. Besides all that, I played some more Beat Saber this week. Yeah, so me and my kid were actually playing that yesterday in the Oculus.
Yeah, have you tried the 360 mode then?
No, I haven't.
You're in the Oculus now?
I haven't tried the 360 mode. No.
Good you must have that tied in, because I saw on your Xbox profile on my console that you were playing Beat Saber.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird, because I turned on the Xbox and it said, Jesus Walks Lots playing Beat Saber. I'm like, oh, so he must be on, what, PlayStation? Oculus? What's connected?
No, that's weird. It must be on... That's fucking all. That's weird. It must be like the PC showing you what I'm playing.
Yeah. Odd.
Other than that, I kind of want to get Madden, so I'm probably going to get that EA Access Premier for like $15 to try out Madden. I want to try that out, and of course, Squadrons comes out here pretty soon too, so I want to get it for that as well. Even though Squadrons I'm probably just going to buy. I'll probably just end up buying that game. So there's that. Another game that I did play this week was Marvel's Avengers. So this game just came out this week, and there's a problem with this game, Mayo and Gunny.
What is it? I haven't played it yet.
So on Steam, when I went to launch the game, right, like one of the first screens that pops up is the Square Enix account login, and it tells you like, hey, do you want to log in? And I was like, no, skip. Because I don't know if I've ever played a Square Enix game on my PC. I think I've played maybe Tomb Raider, but Tomb Raider I don't really care about that multiplayer, so I never linked it. And then this game is like, well, if you want to play the multiplayer, which is like the main part of the game, you need to log into Square Enix.
Oh, you have to.
And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, you have to log in. Like, there's no logging in. You have to log into your Square Enix account. So I was like, okay, let's go and link it real quick. You know, like, let's do this. I got time. So I go to the website that they send me to, right? It's like, okay, type in, like, what do you want to link it to? And I was like, my Steam. All right, so then I go to Steam, and it brings up my Steam bullshit. It tells me log into your Steam. So I log into Steam, and it's like, okay, put an email address in here that you want to use. So I use my main, my normal email that I use for everything. And it's like, hey, this email has already been used. You may have an account already. And I was like, huh. Okay, let's go and, like, log in then. So I go to log in. Incorrect password. I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck could my password be? I don't remember logging into Square Enix. So I don't know my password. So I'm like looking at my password manager on my phone, right? I'm trying to like find the password, and I find it. I type it in, and it tells me this is the incorrect password. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, God.
So like it's like, okay, account, and this is like, do you have problems logging in? And I was like, yes. And I was like, okay. Do you have problems remembering your user ID? And I'm like, no, my user ID is my email, so of course I use the same email. I have problems with my passwords. Like, okay, we're going to send you a code to your email address that you have registered with us with the code, and you have to type in this code into the fucking website, and then it'll let you reset the password. So I do that, right? I type in the code, and it brings up the screen that says enter your new password. So I enter the new password. And then on the bottom of that, it tells you enter your birth date. So I enter my birthday, and it tells you, okay, answer one of your security questions, right? And my security questions, I have 4 of them. And one of them was like, what elementary school did you attend? Or what was your first pet's name? What's your mother's maiden name? And the other one was like, what was your
first pet's treat you gave him?
What is your favorite color or something? And I was like, okay, I know these answers, right? So I picked what's your mother's, or what elementary school did you go to? So I type it in, right? Because I remember what fucking school I went to, and I know how it's spelled. So I type it in. Sorry, your answer is incorrect to your security question.
You forgot.
Try again.
He forgot how to spell it, Gunny.
So then I type in the password again. I type in my birthday again, and I select my mother's maiden name. Okay, maybe this one I'll get right. So I type in my mother's maiden name. It's like, oh, your answer is incorrect. That's not right. So I'm like, okay, maybe I misspelled her name or something.
2 hours
So
later.
I tried to spell the name differently. It's like, no, this is incorrect still. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I remember my first pet's name. So I go to that question. Okay, your answer's incorrect again. Like, that's not your first pet's name. I'm like, what the fuck is my first pet's name? What do you mean this is not my first? Like, this is my pet's name. What do you mean? Like, no, it's not. Sorry.
It was Scooby. I know it.
So then I go down, and then it's like, okay, what's your favorite color or some shit? I'm like, okay, well. And I'm typing blue, black, gray. I'm like typing all these different colors. And it's all of them are wrong. All of them are wrong. Every single one of them was wrong. And it's like, hey, you are
violet. It is. I forgot I put violet.
This is all wrong. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? And like, I honestly cannot log into I can't log into it, so I cannot play the Avengers multiplayer.
First of all, Jesus, you know what I thought you were going to say? I thought you were going to be like, okay, so it sent it to an email account I had 7 years ago. That's what kind of fucked me up on the PlayStation thing.
No.
You know, where I was like, I don't have that email anymore. And so I don't understand this whole play multiplayer BS. Is that because they're going to eventually do some kind of cross-play and buy costumes and crap? Is that the purpose of this?
Well, they did say that. They did say that when they add new characters to the game, which they're going to. They said they're going to add. So they're going to add Spider-Man to the PlayStation. That's one, but they're going to add more heroes and shit to the game as well, like from I'm assuming the Marvel universe. So they're gonna add new heroes and shit. And apparently, every new hero they add, or every new, are they? They're all heroes, right? Is that what they all are? Are they all heroes? Or what are they? Superstars?
Yeah.
What else?
The fuck else are they?
All Avengers.
They're all heroes.
If you're including X-Men and all that.
I guess they're all heroes, right? Everyone's a hero, guys. Y'all get participation trophies. So they're all heroes. I guess when they add a new hero, they're gonna fucking include a battle pass with it. So you're gonna have to buy. I don't know if you're gonna have to buy the hero, but I know you can buy a battle pass for that hero.
Yeah, each one, which I don't think would be a bad thing when I thought about it.
It's $10.
If you love whoever, like the Hulk, then yeah, you'd want to, and you want to play exclusively as the Hulk. Then that would make sense.
Yeah, I guess.
So did you? Let me guess. Did you create a new email account or use a secondary to log into this BS to play it?
No, I refunded the game.
Wow. See, I don't think
route.
I don't think companies think things through like this because
I was pissed
you guys
off.
Remember,
I was so mad that I refunded
I would
it.
be too. Yeah,
I was like, I'm done with this. Yeah.
Okay, I don't think they thought about it, Mayo. Because if you ever, Mayo, did you ever own a? Did you ever own? Well, let's just say from Xbox 360, PS3 to going forward, we all, at least I did. I always had a separate Ubisoft account.
Yeah.
One for console, one for PC, because they didn't mesh. They weren't connected. You couldn't do it. And that was the same for like Activision, Square Enix, all of them. They didn't have that option. But now they do. I don't know. See, they didn't think about it.
I ran into the same issue on the beta. The beta was free on Steam when they did the open beta.
They wanted you to log in.
And I downloaded it and I'm launched. I'm like, I'm going to check this game out. And it was late. I'm like, I'm going to maybe give it like a half hour, an hour just to see what it's like. And it took me to that, login thing. And I'm like, okay, I don't have an account. I don't play Square Enix games. And so sure enough, I put in my main email and it's like, you already have an account with this email. I'm like, I do? I'm like, what Square Enix game would I have played? I don't remember. I'm like, okay. So then I tried like 2 passwords and it told me it was wrong. And I just closed it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bed. Uninstalled the beta and because it was getting ready to run out anyways. But it sounds like it wasn't just my situation. So that makes me feel a little better.
And I mean, like, even like Gunny is saying, like, we have these companies, they make you log in like on the PlayStation and on the Xbox. They always ask you to log into like a Ubisoft account or this account or that account. And that's the problem, Gunny. I don't know. Like it's all separated. And I think I was finally, when I got the PC last year, and remember when I was playing, what was that first game I played on the PC? The Division 2. The Division 2.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Ubisoft game. So fucking, I was able to figure out how to merge them all. Like, I merged them all together. Like, I merged my PlayStation Ubisoft account with my Xbox account with my PC account, so it's all one account now. But that was a fucking hassle, dude. I had to, like, email Ubisoft support and, like, explain to them, like, hey, look, this account, this is me on PlayStation. This is my gamer tag on PlayStation. This is my gamer tag on Xbox. This is my gamer tag with Ubisoft. I need you guys to help me merge all this together. And like, they had to like have me provide all these fucking passwords and emails and shit. And then like, okay, well, which email do you want to use? Which email do you want to get rid of? And like, I was with Ubisoft support for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes trying to figure this shit out. And they at least they helped me. But Square Enix, dude, they're a Japanese company. They don't give a fuck. Like, fuck you. You figure this shit out on your own, motherfucker. We don't give a shit. You stupid American.
You know your password you don't know.
Yeah, you stupid American. You write down your passwords. Yeah, but, yeah, so that's my fucking problem with that game. And the problem was that, like, the campaign looks so cool. I want to play it, but, whatever.
Maybe you should email China. Maybe China can tell you your password.
Tencent.
Tencent. Hey, yeah, Jesus, we got it on our server over here. This is your password. They most likely do have my passwords. Fuck.
Not that they own it. Throwing it out there. Probably do.
Anyways, that's really all I've been playing this week. So yeah, I look forward to playing the new Madden. I'm hearing that some people are liking it, some people are not liking it. It's Madden. I'll play it for like a week or two and then get bored of it. I was gonna get Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. The problem is that on the PC, it's only on the Epic Store, and I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy it.
What's the problem with it being on the Epic Store?
I don't know if I want to buy it. I don't know if I want to buy a Mayo. Do I really want to buy this on the Epic Store? On the Epic Store?
Is it evil again?
Yeah, I'm seeing he's getting more and more in that proper PC-ness. Now he's starting to crap on the Epic Store.
Oh,
I got all this hatred forever, and now look at Mr. Jesus Walkslide over here, and I don't know if I want to buy Tony Hawk because it's on the Epic Store.
Well, look at the way he was preaching it when he first got the PC. I'll just buy anything from anywhere on any GOG.
I don't give a fuck where it's at. I'm playing it. If I want to buy it, I'm going to buy it.
Now he's like, Lord Gabe called me last week. And
fuck you guys, all right? I'm just trying to fucking, keep all my shit in one place.
Library here?
I'm putting all my shit in one place, Gunny, motherfucker, you.
Not me. See, I'm going to go with the Android tablet to play my xCloud games. I'm bouncing off that iOS.
Are you?
Yeah. Well, yes. No. So I have an iPhone, and I love the iPhone. It's great, right? I can see you typing, Jesus. I can see you typing real time. Mayo, I can't see you at all. You're just like stealthy.
You're a hobo, Mayo, with your fucking Android. Get out of here.
And no, but my iPad Pro is dying. How long have I had it since we started the show? 3 years. The shelf life on those are not very long. I'm sure I could buy a third-party battery from China and probably take it down the street and have one of the
mall.
No, there's I have a place here, and he can get into it and probably void the. Not that I have a warranty on it. Replace the battery, and it'll last me a couple more years. But you know what? I'm not going to be able to play my xCloud games, so I'm going to buy the new Samsung tablet. They should be announcing a release date soon, either this week or next. I think it's the 7 Plus or whatever it's called. But I'll probably just go with like a Wi-Fi version. Or who knows, maybe I'll add it to my T-Mobile account. I don't have to pay full price outright for it.
Yeah.
But I think that's launching September 15th, if I'm not mistaken. The xCloud gaming.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was thinking about switching over to an Android phone from the iPhone. I just don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I want to.
I honestly don't think it's how good the phone is or not. I think you just don't like the Android interface, and so you're probably not going to be happy with it, no matter how good it is. It could probably be the best phone ever made, and you might not like it because you don't like the way the Android interface is.
Do you think so, man? Do you think it makes a difference, like if I bought a Google Pixel versus a Samsung phone? I understand the interface.
There's probably a little difference.
Store's going to be the same.
Obviously, maybe one has a better CPU. It might be just a smidge faster or more responsive or something like that. But I still think it's just the whole interface is what you guys don't like about it.
I have the Note, right?
What I don't like about Apple. I don't like the way the Apple's laid out, and so I like the way my Android's laid out. And pretty much any time I switch to a different Android phone, the interface feels the same. So I'm right at home no matter what phone I go to. So if I say I use Samsung, but if I would have went to like a Pixel or something like that, I pretty much wouldn't have known the interface pretty much right away. There's a couple little changes on Pixel, but for the most part, it's all the same. So
I know this is not a phone podcast here, but I do have a question for you, because with that whole debacle with Apple and everything going on, so the Samsung store, that's where you could load up Fortnite on your. So, okay, what if it's not a Samsung phone? Can that have a Samsung store, but it is an Android?
So on Android, they're kind of like open source in a way where, like Apple is where everything has to go through Apple. You can take I think you call it an APK, which is the way you install an app on your phone, and you can just go to your permissions on your phone settings, and you can enable any APK storage or installation on your phone. So you just enable that so you can put anything on your phone. And then you can literally go to just a website and download, say, Fortnite off of the website, APK, and you download it and install it, and you'll have access to it right away. And the APK is just like a launcher for your apps, is what that is.
Yeah, but I just wonder if I've heard people talk about the Samsung store. That's how they're able to get around. Okay, because Epic is not only suing Apple, but they're also suing Google because they were kicked off the Google store. So,
and I forgot about it being on the Samsung store. Like I have a Samsung store on my phone, because it's Samsung, but I never use it ever.
okay,
I just pretty much go to.
I'll
the
find
Google
out. I
store.
got to research that to see if a Samsung store is on non-Samsung phones on Android. But that's a more specific question for another podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Moving on. Video games.
Moving on now to video games. That's all I played this week, gentlemen. I look forward to playing some more games, hopefully soon. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Well,
but yeah.
Mine. I'm gonna jump in real quick here. Actually, I think you played a smidge of this game. So something I've been playing this week, I kind of started up, was Among Us. And
oh yeah,
community night last night. I know, Jesus, you played it because it showed me that you had purchased it on Steam. So I just thought we got to jump in. We could kind of talk about that real quick. So early on, so like last night was pretty much my first full run of playing it. So like my son has had it for a couple of weeks on his Steam account. He comes over and plays it at my place all the time. I watched over his shoulder. I watch him play. I know how the game rolls, like pretty much everything about it. And he keeps asking me, Dad, you need to get this game. Dad, you need to get this game. I'm like, all right, I'll get it. So then I went ahead and bought it the other day on my Steam account. So now I have it on my account and his account. But it's only $4.99 on Steam. But you can get this game free on mobile. And you can actually cross-play with Steam players. So all you have to do is to do the cross-play, it gives you a lobby code. And the host of the game will put that code out there. And basically you just enter that code into the lobby and you can join in the lobby. But we did have a problem last night. So we did a community event last night. We had, I think there was 7 of us in there for a little while. And we put the code in. My son was hosting the game. And I brought him in to just kind of give everybody a walkthrough how to play because pretty much everybody was new to the game. And he hosted and we put the code in general chat. And so everybody, put the code in the game. And then some of us would get in different lobbies. Like we just pop in a random lobby with some strangers, and we're like, "What the heck?" And then we'd leave that group, and we put the code in again. It's only a 4-letter code, so it's like, okay, XXXB, And so we put it in, and next thing you know, it's like cannot find lobby, and you'd have to try it like 3 or 4 or 5 times, and then you get into a lobby, and then we get into the correct one. Once we got into the right one, it was fine. We had no problems playing the rest of the night, but it took a little bit first getting this to work. I guess that's my only complaint about the game so far is and it's not really their fault. They had this unexpected growth. I read an article the other day saying they were only having like 70 people online to play this game. It's like 2 years old. And then some streamers found it and started playing it, and it blew up. And now there's like 100,000 people online at a time. So they went from having 70 to 100,000 people. And so when you have this little 4-digit code of letters to do a lobby, I guess you're probably limited, and then you might get some duplicates in there or something. So maybe their generator needs to make a bigger code or something to make more lobbies. But I know they're probably hard at work trying to fix all that.
I think Jackbox Party was like 7 or 8 digits. So yeah.
No, it was like 5 or 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm thinking it was like 5. But
stop lying. Stop lying, Gunny. God.
I haven't played it in a while.
Stop
he's just
fucking
seeing double.
lying.
Gunny's old.
Gunny. Jesus.
He's saying multiples of each letter.
Guys,
so
I was
14 characters.
I was able to log into my Square Enix just now. Guess what I did? Guess.
Oh, reset.
No, I just clicked the Facebook button and it logged me in.
But you still don't know what your...
I don't know my password.
but you can still get into your account and check the details to see what your fucking first pet was that you don't even know the name of.
Let me see if I can change that.
Yeah, ask Facebook. They probably know your answer.
Change all my security questions to shit I actually know. I can't change my
pet is Mayo.
I tried to change my password just now, and it's like telling me that I still have the wrong password. So I obviously don't know my password, but I can log into my account thanks to Facebook. Yeah, thank you, Facebook. Woo! Anyways, Mayo.
Saves the day.
I actually played this game, Mayo. I actually bought it on Steam, but I also played it on my phone, and I've mostly been playing it on my phone, to be honest. The game works really well on iPhone. Like, it just works. Yeah. Very simple. I've been killed a lot.
I was getting killed. So last night, we playing with this community of 7. I was the first guy dead like every single time. I don't know why. Like I felt singled out. Like I think they had a genuine hate for our podcast, and the community was like, "Gotta kill Mayo first." Like the killer would just like follow me around, and then next thing you know, it's like I get shot, and my head would pop off or whatever, and then I had to remain quiet, So, and then I would sit there the whole time, and then they're like, "You guys, if Mayo's not the first one dead, he has to be the imposter because he's dead first all the time."
So how many?
How does it? I know you've explained it before, but how does it work? Where you say you got killed, but maybe let's say you weren't the imposter. So does the imposter end up killing everybody else? And they win.
So I'll start from fresh. So the game is, let's say we have a full lobby of 10 people. You can set up to how many imposters you want in the settings. So last night we was playing with 7 people, so we ended up doing 1 imposter. So at the beginning of the round, you have 6 people that are not an imposter, and you have 1 person that is an imposter. He is the killer. And everybody has tasks, their own individual tasks that they have to do. And it'll say, go to this room, and you have like a little mini game you get to play on there. Real simple. It's like connect the wires. You got 4 different colors. You just drag them to make them match. Or you have to like turn on the switch, and you got to turn on these switches in order. Or you got to click on the buttons 1 through 10 in order. Real simple little project. But as you're walking on, everybody has their own task. And it's kind of a top-down view, and you can't really see, like, it has like a field, like a fog of war kind of effect. Like you can't see around corners. So if there's somebody in the hallway, you don't know it, per se. Or if somebody's following you, you don't know it. But you're in the room and you're doing a task, and say maybe somebody else comes in the room with you. So you're kind of leery because you can't trust that person. You're like, okay, is this guy the imposter, or is he just another crew member? And so you can do your task, but that guy could kill you. And when you die, so proper etiquette, like we were playing on Discord, is you don't speak after that. Like when you're dead in a group chat, you just don't talk.
Because you can spectate, is that why? Yeah,
because you're still spectating the whole entire game, and the game will keep going until somebody finds your body. Somebody has to walk in that room, and when they find their body, they can hit report. And then it calls an emergency meeting. So everybody gets put back in the room, and everybody has to like discuss. They're like, okay, I was over here. He was over here. Well, I seen Mayo go into this room, and I saw, say, Nipron followed him into that room. So I think Nipron's the killer, And Nipron has to be like, well, I didn't follow him, like him and I were just over here doing this, and Ghost Nico come running out of the room, and he was there before us, and stuff like that. And so your job as the imposter is to basically trick everybody into thinking it wasn't you. So you have a round of voting, and you can vote one person off, and basically what happens is they vote that person out of the game, and they get kicked out of the spaceship that you're on, and that person dies too. So now you have 2 people that are dead. Or if you got the imposter correct, you win. Okay. The object of the crew is actually you have these tasks that you're doing on each round, and you want to get the progress bar to 100%. It's you as a group collectively trying to get this done. And if you get to 100%, the crew wins. The imposter's job is to stop you guys from getting to 100% or kill all the people. So, it keeps getting, weighed down. You're trying to be like, okay, there's only 5 people left, 1 imposter, 4 people are crew, so it gets harder to lie your way through it, and it gets harder to figure it out. But there's a lot of deception you can do. My son was telling me, like, we did not do this last night, but you can play with 2 imposters, and the imposters, when they kill somebody, when you call a meeting, they can cover for each other. They were like, oh, we were both, because they know who the other imposter was. And so they can be like, well, we were both in this room working on the security system, and stuff like that. So they know they can cover for each other. Then you're like, okay, well, these 2 guys are covering for each other. We know they're not lying, and they were, So there's a lot of situations that can happen. And I remember one time last night, I was actually the imposter, and I killed Nipron, and it was like in a hallway. And at like the exact same time I killed him, my son walked around the corner and he see me. So he immediately reports it and it calls a meeting. And he's like, "Do you want to explain that one, Dad?" And, I mean, it was so red-handed caught. There was just nothing he could do. I just laughed, And because we had like 3 rounds right away where it happened to be where like the imposter tried to kill somebody and it was right in front of somebody. Or one person was walking out of the room like right after they killed him and you seen the person walk out and you just knew that was the imposter. But there's other times you don't know and you are really trying to figure it out, and that's where it gets really fun.
Nice. This sounds like Clue, except in reverse with teamwork or no teamwork. You can go rogue that's awesome.
There was a few matches that I was playing last night on the phone where we were playing kind of with the same group of people, and it was just a random lobby that I was in. But this is one guy. He kept killing people in front of other people, and he's like, "Fuck, I suck at this game." So we would just vote him out like every round. He would get caught. But there was another time where like the imposter tricked all of us. Like we just didn't know who it was, and they actually won. Like they killed everyone. So like, because it was down to like 4 people, and I think I was me and like 3 other guys, right? And everyone was like, "Well, it was you," and I'm like, "It wasn't me, dude." And they somehow believed them. They fucking voted me out, and it was like there's one imposter left, and he just killed the last 2 people at the end. I was like, "Fuck, that is crazy."
It took a minute to get how to figure it out and how things work. But 2, you can do like sabotages. I don't know if you've done that at all, Jesus, as the imposter.
Yeah, you shut off the power.
Go up to, like a job, and you look like you're doing a task like everybody else, but you're actually like sabotaging something across the map, and so you're like shutting off the O2 generator, so like the oxygen starts depleting in your spaceship, and everybody starts basically going to die. It's like on a timer, and they have to fix that within a time. So people have to go fix it. And I don't know if you noticed Jesus or not too, but my son was telling me last night some task required 2 people to fix it. I think the oxygen is one of them. So if you have 2 people so you got 3 people as a imposter, you could do something like the oxygen room to get 2 people to go one way to fix it, and hopefully get them to split up, and then you can try to kill off that 3rd guy, and then go from there. And so like there's a strategy behind that. I don't know that one yet, but he was telling me different tasks involve a different amount of people required. Sometimes it requires 2, sometimes it requires 1, sometimes it requires 3 later on, like so on those sabotages. So you can kind of make it so people get split up sometimes.
Yeah. So like there's a lot of that happened in the matches that I was playing. There was a lot of power shutting off, oxygen being shut off, a lot of shit. But we were actually almost able to complete the entire list of tasks or whatever they had for us to do. I was doing a lot of them. Again, it's very simple shit. It's the hard part is finding the rooms and knowing where to go to fix this shit. That's pretty much the hardest part of the game is learning the map and learning where you're at. So when
on mine, I had these giant arrows. It told you where to go. Like you have a task over here, you have a task that way, and you just had to manage your way through the hallways.
I think the only time for us it showed the arrows was when something was sabotaged. So like if the oxygen was sabotaged, it showed you an arrow to like where to run to fix it. But if it was just like a normal, like we were just playing and we were just trying to fix shit around the ship, it just kind of just was like random.
Yeah, that might be a difference between the 2, because I'm thinking I had arrows most of the time, and then when something like the O2 was shut off, it was kind of like a pulsating, like a flashing arrow, like saying this is a priority, like you need to get over and get this thing done. You need to fix this now. And I had like an alarm going off with it. Yeah. I will throw out too, and you probably be more experienced with this, is I know if you just play with a random group online, so you're not in a Discord chat or you're not in voice, when you die, it puts you in a separate text channel, so you can talk to the other dead people, but you can't talk to the people that are alive. Again, so you cannot spoil who did it, because if you died and say you're on a random game and you don't know and you don't care, you'd be like, oh, this guy did it, this guy killed me, and you could just end the game that way. But they put them in a separate text channel so they can't communicate with the people that are still alive. In Discord, obviously you can't do that, so it's just gonna be proper etiquette is they tell you like mute your mic when you die, or when you're doing tasks, you're supposed to mute your mic. You're not supposed to be talking to each other. So the game, there's a lot of silence in it, even though it's a community game. And the time to talk is when it's time to figure out who it is, And you're trying to pay attention to like what rooms you're in you're trying to pay attention to like, okay, I'm over in the cafeteria because you don't know when you're gonna find a body, because then you gotta like kind of like they'll ask you, well, where did you find the body? And like, I think it was in the cafeteria,
Yeah.
And then because people are like trying to basically prove or disprove where you were at, so yeah, you kind of want to know where you're at all the time too. So I'm always watching the bottom of my screen, at least on our version, that it showed you like, okay, you're in the cafeteria now, or you're in the engine room now. So there's not
That's
a whole lot of
interesting.
rooms, but you
It's
want to kind of be
interesting.
watching what's going on and who's in the room with you, because like you could have 2-3 people in your room, and if you don't really know who it was, you just lost your alibi. You could be like, oh, I was in this room and somebody was with me, but I don't know who it was. So you can't prove that you was in there with somebody. Then you look guilty. So you're paying attention to like who's around you, trying to remember. Okay, I was in the cafeteria and I saw a Nipron walk across the hallway. And they disappeared, and he was going north. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Next thing we know, we found a body on the north side.
Yeah, so this game is pretty
I
cool.
like that.
And it's $5 on Steam. It's very cheap, and it's free on mobile. So like, and there is crossplay. So like, it's free, on mobile. So you just get it and play. After every match on the mobile, though, there is like a little ad that pops up, and you just close it real quick and then.
Oh,
keep
really?
playing.
Yeah, obviously we don't have that on Steam.
Yeah.
I did find it kind of interesting, like right away too. Since this game got super popular all of a sudden, they put up a merchandise store. They have like T-shirts and a couple of things you can buy right now. So they're trying to take advantage of that. So that's kind of cool that you can buy some Among Us T-shirts and stuff right away. And then they announced too that they're going to start working on a second one because the popularity of this one already. No,
Nice. Sounds like fun. Thanks for the invite last night.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't get to play it.
The goal is to set up another community night for tomorrow night or Labor Day night. So was it 9/7, about 8:00 Eastern time. So tomorrow night, maybe the day this show comes out, that evening, I'm gonna try to get a group of 10 together and see if we can have an event. So you guys come on over to the Discord. I created a voice channel for the game in there, so you'll see us hanging out in there. You can just jump in and join us, and as long as we have 10 people or less, you can jump in. But so hopefully we can set up a game night. We can get Gunny over there. At least I know Jesus has to work, but myself and I know my son and a couple others will probably be in there. And if you don't know how to play, we'll obviously walk you through it, and it's still a little bit of a learning process for some of us, and we'll figure it out. But it's been a lot of fun. It's kind of a nice way to just kind of hanging out, and it's kind of a nice, almost relaxed game, because you started accusing each other, and you're like, no, I swear it was Gunny, that bastard, he killed me, and Gunny's trying to defend himself.
But he's
over there
lying.
Lie through his teeth, right? And then you got two people act like they're lying, and you can't trust either one of them. Isn't that right, Jesus? You can't trust that Gunny guy.
No, never trust Gunny.
It wasn't me.
Gunny would be the worst at this game. He'd be like, it wasn't me, guys. Like, Gunny,
oh, you got me. That's what he wouldn't lie his way out of it. He'd just be like, oh, you got me.
Gunny, it was you. Okay, guys, it was me.
What I think we should do, Gunny, is we should teach Jesus to be really responsible, and then just have his phone out at work, and then he could just play on Discord at work. Just jump in the Discord and be like, oh, no, I'm making ice over here.
You're like, I just got written up, guys. I got to go.
Shit. The day I want to get fired is the day I'll do that. Okay. Oh, man. Shit.
But no, yeah. So definitely, Monday night, Labor Day night, we're going to do a community night, 8:00 Eastern time. So was it like 5:00 Pacific time? So look for us on the Discord. And if you're not on the Discord, like Jesus said at the beginning of the show, there is a link to our Discord on there. It's easy enough. You just click on it. And even if you're just playing on your phone, it's really easy to set up Discord on your phone. And you can do it as like a speaker call. So you can have the speaker call going while you're playing the game, and it works just fun. But moving on, some of the other stuff I played, since I kind of just started off with Among Us, is I've been playing some more Horizon Zero Dawn. And the game still doesn't run like super great on PC. It's still not like the most optimized game ever. I'm still getting like 85 to 90 frames, on the higher settings. So I mean, it's definitely doable. I wish it would be higher because you got this expensive graphics card and this really expensive CPU and all that stuff. And I wish something would be higher in the 80s, but it works. And I'm really starting to get into the game a little more now. So I started doing some of the initial stuff in the game when, a while back when I was playing it when we were little, and it was kind of doing the character building, and now I'm in the more of the open world aspect of it, and picking up all these quests and starting to do some of these side quests, and I was really starting to get a groove into the game going in, and now I'm kind of like more excited to like jump back into that world, and so I'm enjoying it more and more, putting some points in my character. But one thing some people probably like this, and this one thing I don't like is a couple times where I would die, when I would respawn at the campfire, all my skill points that I earned, like when we're leveling up, was reset. Not all of them, but like evidently, like when I saved it, I had some unspent kill points, and so when I would spend them and I died again, I didn't think about saving it, so I had to go back and reset it again. And I played for probably an hour the one night, not realizing I had skill points that were reset, and so like it didn't like just automatically save the game after I put those points in the skill points. I mean, I guess I could play around with different setups that way and then just, reload the game and see which skill points I like better. But I just wish it would have automatically saved.
Did you check for options like save every checkpoint, save every time the screen loads or something like that?
Yeah, I didn't look under like gameplay or nothing like that. So maybe there is something like that, but I just kind of thought it automatically did. So I thought, as soon as I put those points in and they were permanent, and then I quit messing with it. And the one time I went to go do, like, I leveled up like once or twice, and I was like, oh, I'm going to put some points in because I had like a point spin. It was like, you have 19 points to put in, and like none of this stuff was unlocked, and I knew I had unlocked, and I'm like, oh man. So like I wasn't carrying as much stuff as I was before and stuff like that because my satchel was smaller again, and so I had to put points and all that again and try to remember how I had it laid out. So, but I guess you could take the advantage of it too, and like I said, try different things and see what you liked, and then just reload the game too. But I don't like doing it that way. But the game looks great. I did remember Nipron saying he jumped in and he said it looked like the same as the PS4, and I mean maybe it does. I don't know if they did like a direct port or if they added more foliage or anything like that, but the game just looks really, really good. So I really like the night, like when the sun starts going down and the sky's like a purplish color and it's got like these glare coming in through the forest and stuff. It looks really, really good.
How far are you in the game?
I'm like maybe like 15%, not very far. So the first thing I did, there was like a little village you had to kind of go raid. There's like is it the Nora tribe? I can't remember the name of the tribe, but you kind of start by they interrupt your proving. They come in and they attack a lot of people, and you're going out. And so I took over that first tribe area, and you meet this war chief girl, and you help her. And I went back to the main base, and they give me a mission where I have to go like clear. There's this gate that's locked because there's corrupted machines out there, and you have to kill all the corrupted machines. And that's where I'm at. There's like 2 areas of corrupted machines. I cleared one, and it was getting really late, so I stopped at that point. And I'm sure it's really early yet.
Man,
Yeah, I should play this
early in the game.
I need to play more PlayStation.
But I'm really enjoying it. It's a pretty good game, and
I'm gonna be honest with you. You should play Spider-Man. Spider-Man? Yeah, it's a really good fucking.
I have it. I own it. Matter of fact, I think it was Thursday or Friday. I was telling Ryan. The wife's like, "What's this $59 charge on PlayStation?" I'm like, "I didn't buy anything."
That reminds me of that Facebook question on the group.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit!" So
explain to the wife that you bought a game.
Auto renewal for the 12 months. Unless John did something, I don't know. But it's been 12 months because I bought a full year when I bought the PlayStation. I bought a full year of PS Plus.
Yeah, it's been 12 months. Yes.
Damn, time flies.
Time.
When did you get it? When did you get it, Gunny?
I don't remember. But I can't believe it's been a year.
It was last year around the time Spider-Man came out, and Spider-Man came out around this time last year.
But maybe I bought 6 months is what I did. I might have bought a 6-month card because it hit the auto renewal, and I was like, but I played it yesterday.
Oh, you played
Spider-Man? I'll talk about that after Mayo.
Oh.
No, I didn't play Spider-Man.
I didn't play Spider-Man.
I didn't play Spider-Man.
Oh,
I know, right? I have that. I have Days Gone.
It's been a fucking year, Gunny. It's been a fucking year, okay?
He might get to it in 2022
All
when the
right.
next Spider-Man game
I'm
comes
still
out.
picking
When
away
the
at The Last of Us
PS
2.
Oh, guys, this is going to be Gunny when the PlayStation 6 is coming out. Guys, I finally played that Spider-Man game. It's a real good game.
Graphics are kind of bad, but it's a good game.
It only runs at 30 frames, and it's a really good game.
I have too many games to play between both consoles and PC. I should sell
Anyhow,
it.
Gunny's little PlayStation corner over there. I want to call it Gunny's PlayStation corner now.
I'm a X-bot. How dare you?
Yeah, I know. But just real quick, one last game. As we were finishing up Among Us last night, I was talking to Nipron, and we was talking about my graphics card and stuff on my PC, and he's like, I really want to see Destiny 2, like how it looks. He's like, I bet it looks amazing. I'm like, well, I own it. I never ever played it. I said I could fire it up and stream it so you know how it looks. So I downloaded it last night and I streamed it for a little bit, and it was running kind of rough a little bit. I had to change a couple settings, but I got to run better on the stream and stuff. And it does look like a really good game. Like graphically, the game looks really cool, and they did some special effects and stuff like that. So I had fun playing it. He's like, "So you gonna start playing it now?" I'm like, I don't know about that, but I might be a little late to that Destiny 2 party, but I might give it a little bit of a whirl tonight and see how I like it some more. But I was totally lost. I didn't know what was going on. I was just going in, just to try to show him some of the environment and what the game looked like, on max settings at 1440, and, just like a high frame rate and stuff like that. So, the game ran really good. I think I was initially getting like 140 frames, like 150, 160 frames with it on max settings. So then I put the rendering up to 150%. So it was basically, at that point, it was 4K on my monitor. And it was still giving me like 100 frames. So then I bumped it up to, I'm like, I'm just going to play around with this. So I bumped it up to 200%. So whatever 200% of 1440s, I guess double 1440. So it probably a little bit above 4K. So probably like a 5K setting. And it dropped down to like 40 frames. So I guess you could technically say it would be playable, but I immediately switched it back, to the 100% mode. So just because I was streaming also. But it's just, I don't know. I just went in there and just shot a bunch of things, and the sound is good. The punch of the guns felt good, and the audio was pretty good and stuff like that. I enjoyed, and I might, like I said, I'll probably check it out a little more tonight. Nipron said he would run through it with me a little bit and show me some things, so I'm gonna give that a shot, maybe.
I think it's got a good balance between. I've been watching a lot more Destiny, I'd say, the last couple months, but just when I'm in like Twitch stream watching mode, right? When I'm not gaming or can't game. And I've noticed that shout out to Chavez in our Discord channel. I know he streams on Twitch, and what is he playing? The
Modern Warfare a lot when I see him streaming.
Yeah, but he's a big Destiny player, but he plays I can't think of the name of the mode, but it reminds me of like almost like a Valorant or a CS:GO. CS:GO would probably be a better way. The Trials of Osiris, I think it's called.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's called the Trials of Osiris or Osiris, and it's totally CS:GO. But yeah, that mode's pretty cool. But then like I can switch over, watch Nipron do whatever they're called, the strikes, the raids, it's basically that co-op sort of. And like Nipron's over there leading everybody, right? Okay, everybody stand by this wall. We're all going to teleport. Okay, now we're on this platform. Everybody jump to the next one. Like, he just knows his shit, man.
Yeah, that's probably the one thing I probably wouldn't want to do right away is like raids. Like obviously you have to level up to get to that point, and I don't know if I really want to raid. So sometimes I find raids frustrating. You know what I did, because everybody has to stand here or everybody wipes, and then you got to start over and stuff, and it can get frustrating. Or it's like a 3-hour, campaign thing you're trying to go through as a group. It's just rough.
I was going to say I did most of the campaign on my own, most of it, and then I did some co-op stuff too. Mm-hmm. And other than that, I just did like basically I don't even know what you call it. Like how like you've got the world, but it's not. It's you can just jump in and then there's just I wouldn't even call them events. They're just random enemies, and you can go around and shoot them. And then there's just the little strikes, right, where it's kind of like objectives, but you're just kind of doing it within the world. And
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
did.
they're
I
not
think
the
it was a
most
strike
exciting.
last night, and I got paired up, at matchmaking with two other people. And apparently it was like, it looks like these guys are new too, but we just kind of ran through like a one instance kind of thing. It was kind of fun. We just went through and we killed the boss and dropped some loot.
They're like 10 minutes
You know,
long.
yeah,
You know,
it
you're
wasn't
you're
long at all.
not you're not loading into anything, or you're just kind of like where you're at. You just activate and boom and go. And then the only other thing I did besides that was like the 5v5 or whatever, just PvP,
Yeah, I
right?
didn't try that. I was too
Rotation
tired.
maps. Those
It
are
was like
fun.
3 o'clock in the morning last night when we were doing it. My eyes were burning. I'm like, I'm not playing any PvP tonight, guy.
I think
You
you'll
know?
like it though. It's fun for a minute, and then I was like, okay, I'm kind of done with it because I don't think I'll ever reach a level to where I can do like this large
Does
raid or
it?
something.
How is it PvP balancing wise? Like me being brand new, like if I go in there against people that are completely been playing PvP for a while, am I at a disadvantage like gun wise? Because I know you have different guns, or does it balance everybody out? Do you guys know?
So since as far as I know, they've done a really good job at balancing everything. Like, what is the shotgun called? It's not the Nasher because that's
Yeah,
Gears of War, but
no.
whatever it's called, they definitely balance that out between. Like in Destiny 1, I hear it was like so overpowered, but then they balanced it in Destiny 2. But I've always used like a submachine gun because I'm a terrible shot, so I'm just like spraying everywhere, you know. Um, but yeah, it's totally balanced. I've never
Cool.
really heard of any terrible issues with as far as that goes. But I thought it was fun. I loved the maps. They were great. They had
Nice. Yeah,
platform jumping and everything.
the jumping and the environments looked like they were pretty cool, and the ones that I played and the game looked really good. Actually, I was like, wow, this game actually
So I'll
does look
probably
pretty
jump
neat.
back into it when I think Nipron said it was November is when everything comes to Xbox.
Hmm.
But I thought it was sooner than that because they've been showing that trailer for a couple months now with the new DLC. See.
Yeah, so some Destiny 2 talk for them Destiny lovers out there. But that's it for me, Gunny. What have you been playing?
So while you guys were playing Among Us, because I got an invite at the same exact time from Jonathan Big T Hall, and we played with Bill Gardner. We played some Star Trek Bridge Crew, and
Nice.
Bill was the captain, the ship.
He
Penn
was the
was
captain.
the
Oh, Bill was the captain.
yeah, he was captain, and what was I playing? I was on the basically I was controlling the ship where it would go, whatever. I don't know. And then Penn, we were calling him Pengineer because he was the engineer, and he was doing another task as well. But yeah, it was fun, like just focusing on one thing. Like, all right, guys, I'm gonna take us over here because I'm the driver. And yeah, like we actually completed, like I guess you could call it like a full mission. I've never done that before. But yeah, we came into this area at the very end, and it has these mines. And I think I know now, like how I can get through this minefield and not get hit. Um, and that's by telling Penn, we need more power to the engines, and then I could evade some of those mines. But we ran into like these Klingon ships, and there was like six of them. We were like, oh my God, red alert, shields up, just shoot everything. It was kind of a chaos at the end. But yeah, it was a lot of fun towards the end, like as we got more action. But we didn't know what we were supposed to do, and then it was like this cutscene comes in at the end. I think it probably after we blew up. It's like, hey, that was just a simulation, guys. You guys passed the test. Even though like kind of nothing happened after that, like or we don't know the conclusion. But it was cool overall. So hopefully there's like the next time we play, it's like maybe a separate situation. Things play out differently.
I think I noticed in our chat group, I think somebody was invited that didn't have VR, or they were talking about inviting somebody without VR. So this game has support for people with and without VR. You can play
Yeah.
together.
So you can like I've noticed with some games on PlayStation where it'll ask you even with your headset on, it'll say, "Hey, do you want to play in the VR mode or the non-VR mode?" So you do get those options. And then some games, it doesn't matter if you say VR mode or no VR mode, it either shows up on your TV screen along with your headset or just the headset.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just depends on the game and what options it has available. But I mean, I'm always going to go VR mode, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I think the cool thing about some of the games that offer that is, hey, people sitting around watching the TV can also see what you're doing.
Yeah, that's kind of nice too. And then if you want to play with a group, if saying it's hard to find a group of VR players because not everybody has VR, it enables you to have a full crew if, somebody wants to play that doesn't have VR. So that's kind of nice. I know Payday 2 is the same way. Like if you had VR support in Payday 2, you can play that game as a bank robber, in VR. I had played with a friend before I ever had mine at the time, and I was playing in, just on my PC, and he was playing in VR, running around, and you could work together. It was kind of nice.
Oh yeah, that is cool. I didn't even know that had VR support.
Yes,
But
Payday 2
that
has
game
VR.
seems so old, but they've seemed like they've added skins and maps and, and just about everything to that.
Yeah, it's kind of clunky. I know. Like I tried it when I got my VR, and the support's a little, like you got those real wiggly arms, I like to call it. Like
Yeah.
the characters, like his arms are moving around an awful lot and stuff. But yeah,
It was funny
it has
because I was
support.
watching. So I ended up using a controller yesterday.
No way.
PlayStation 4 controller. But I could have used the Move controllers if I wanted to. It's just, I mean, it probably would have been okay since I was focusing on one task, but Bill and Penn were using the Move controllers, and so Penn, he's over there like just doing all kinds of shit, right? And it looked like he's got his left arm up over his head and he's smelling his armpit. It was just the funniest thing.
He
And then at
probably
one
really
point,
was.
yeah, I think he was, right? He's like, I need deodorant. I haven't showered in 3 days. And then his right hand is like shooting up with his index finger pointing up. I'm like, are you John Travolta right now in Boogie Nights or whatever it's called, or Saturday Night Live? Yeah, it's hilarious. But I was like, I was being more serious. I'm like, all right, I'm going to focus on the objectives and be tactical and shoot us in the right direction and warp us out of here when we need to.
It's always a good time playing with Jonathan.
Yeah.
Always makes it
Yeah,
fun,
it was
entertaining.
fun. But yeah, other than that, I did fire up that Iron Man VR demo, and I don't know. First of all, I didn't know what the controls were trying to get me to do. So I brought up the Move controllers and it's trying to tell me, put your arms out and your palms down. I'm sitting here for like 5 minutes trying to get it to the right spot. And I'm like, I don't understand what the hell this game wants me to do. And it does offer like that look behind you options, right? There is like a circle and there's a play area, so you're not supposed to leave the circle. And it's a small circle, right? It's PlayStation, not Oculus.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, finally I figured it out. You're supposed to match your hands of where the hands are showing you on the screen. Like, again, me not playing this thing very often, I'm like, all right, I get it, let's go. So then it kind of brings you to this area where it's like this ocean side with rocks, and it's got where you can kind of fly under it, like almost like a bridge or a circle, and I'm just like all over the place, and yeah, like trying to put my palms, flick my arms up and down, and I'm crashing into the mountains. like I get it, it's supposed to be like they're jets on your hands of where you're supposed to move. If you put your palms down or you flick them back, you're going to go forward.
Yeah, Gunny.
But at the same time,
you're
going forward.
You're fucking Iron Man. You're fucking Iron Man, Gunny. You ever watch the movies?
I know, but I was fucking it up. Big time.
He flies with his hands and shit, dude.
I never noticed. I thought he flew with his feet.
Gunny's over here, palms up in the air, trying to fly up.
Why am I going down? Why am I going
straight down into the ocean? But I mean, it doesn't have. It's not like there's damage mode or anything. So like you just hit the water, like, and then you start skidding all over the place. But
did you ever finish the tutorial? Like, did you get to the end of it?
Yeah, I got to the end of that, and then I made it to Stark House, his house. That's where I stopped.
Did you play that other mission after that?
No, I just went to his.
All right, so
house.
you should get into the mission that's after that, because there's another mission after that where you're like in the Stark airplane or whatever, and you're like sitting there as Tony Stark, and you're like looking at some fucking email or something about him quitting as a CEO or something from Stark Industries, and he's made what's his girlfriend's name? Fucking the other chick. Pepper.
Pepper, one of those.
Peter Piper.
Peter Piper.
Pepper Pot, I think is what it was.
Yeah. He made her the CEO of Stark Industries, so like the stock is like dropping and shit. Everyone's freaking out, and then she's like, "What the fuck? You made me the CEO?" And and then some like evil dude attacks the airplane or whatever, and then you got to put on the Iron Man suit in like the middle of the air and shit. It's fucking dope, dude.
All right, I'll keep going on it. So I haven't saved.
Yeah.
Right when he gets to his house.
Yeah, he has like the suitcase and he drops it out of the airplane, and then like he fucking like it opens up and like he like fucking you have to like catch all the suit parts and shit. And then he like turns him into Iron Man, and then you gotta fight this like fucking robots and shit in the air, and your airplane is going down, you know, the airplane's crashing. So yeah, you need to check it out, Gunny.
Yeah, I just didn't care for the whole fly through all these circles. Like, all right, you just want to use the controls, but
that's
I'm
gonna
backwards.
be the game.
I have like that little, like the little footrest you can have like at your actual home. I was like tripping and falling over that. I'm like, get out of my way, fuck. Okay, look behind me.
Clear that
Don't.
environment, Gunny. You can't just throw that
Yeah,
VR.
Gunny,
I will
what are
put
you
through my
doing?
TV
What are
with
you
my
doing?
head.
Do you not have any space for your VR? What's going on?
No, I
Ask
just.
Kyle will teach you how to use that VR.
Yeah, he knows it. I was just fighting the controls, and I was like, I just needed more time with this to kind of like slow down, stop flicking your wrist everywhere, and.
But yeah, when you're playing the actual campaign, it's pretty dope, dude. Because like you get to shoot like the fucking missiles out of your hands and shit, and like shoot the fucking robots, and you got to turn around and you got to shoot them behind you, and then they're flying above you and underneath you. Because you're like in the sky. And then there's a 747 jet like flying above you, crashing like it's going down, and you're trying to like stop the 747 from blowing up, and then you're trying to like fuck all these robots up that are trying to attack the plane, and it is fucking nuts. It's like an action movie. It's a real cool demo. The only thing that I thought was shitty about that whole experience was how blurry it looked. So
Yeah, I didn't care for the graphics where it has that. Yeah, not very good.
It's very blurry. Like playing games like
that draw distance is terrible.
Like playing games like Half-Life Alyx, and then you go to this, and it's like wow, yeah, this is bad. This is like not even fucking good. This is like cartoons. What is this shit? So I really hope that the game does come to like Steam or something in the future. But who knows?
Well, you know what? But I mean, after playing just what I played, I'm like actually glad John bought. What did he buy? Vader Immortal instead of this game. So I'd much rather play Vader Immortal.
Yeah,
but
I played through that whole series, and it's pretty good. Vader Immortal is just too short.
Yeah,
it's okay.
But that's all I played on PlayStation. What did I play on PC, Xbox? A little more Wasteland 3. Jesus, I think you might like this game, possibly.
Okay.
It's I don't know. It's just the dialogue and everything is definitely right up your alley. Because everybody's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you, and I don't give a fuck either. It's very vulgar and bloody. And, yeah.
What are you trying to say about me, Gunny?
I was gonna say I think he's
There's
saying
a
you're
lot of
vulgar,
cursing in this
Jesus.
game. A lot.
What are you trying to say about me right now? What's going on here, Gunny?
This game gives no fucks, so I think you'd like it. But it's cool. So my two main characters, if I didn't mention them last week, Jesus, are Kick Boy and Bronco. Kick Boy, that's my boy.
So what's this
He's
game
got a
about?
rocket launcher.
What is this game about? Is this like an RPG? What is this? Is this like your
It's an RPG. It's top down. It's team based. I know there is co-op play. I have no idea how that works. I haven't even tried it. I've just been playing single player. You get your 6 characters, and you can. Or is it 4 rangers and then it's 2 followers? But you control them, right? And you can control what weapons they have. And I don't know how many companions you can have. So I've got like a 2-headed goat or cow, whatever the hell this thing is. And my other one is a cat with a hat. He's got a cool hat, like he's like one of those old time detective hats, like a gumshoe. And but the game can be weird too, because like you might come into a situation and you're talking to somebody and it's not in combat, and they're like, "Hey, that cat's wearing a hat." And then it's funny because you could answer, you can say like, "Cats always wear hats, dude. This is like normal." Or you can be like, "Yeah, he picked that hat up at this," like it's just freaking weird. Some of the answers you can dialogue. But yeah, I've been trying to get more. I ran into I went to Colorado Springs, y'all, and saw some dogs that I'm trying to like, what do you call it? Like where you can basically have a dog as a companion, but you need more perk points to get them to be your companion. It's one of those types of games. But the way this is, Jesus, is you are fighting some bad people in the apocalypse.
You know what game I want to go back to when you're speaking of this game? I want to go back to and play, what's that fucking game? Outer Worlds.
Yeah, it's got a lot of dialogue like this game. And there is things like where, for example...
I never finished Outer Worlds. I should go back.
It does have that. So I'm trying to think of a good example where it might be you come into a situation and let's say you run into these thugs that are robbing a dead person. And if you want to be somebody who's intimidating or has leadership, you don't have the perk points for it.
Are they really robbing them though? They're dead.
Well, I think so here's where I think you'll like the game. Hey, you get your hands out of them fucking pockets. That's our shit, like, because you're a bad motherfucker too, but you don't think you are,
Gunny, let me tell you something. Every bad person in the world thinks they're the good guy.
Yes, that's what this game is.
That's real life. No matter what you look at, if you look at anything from the perspective of the bad guy, then they're the good guys. And the good guys are the bad guys.
I just watched this movie last week called The Tax Collectors, and it's exactly what that's about right there.
Yeah.
Man, that movie is gory. Yeah, it's a cool game though, but again, it's a little weird. Just with some of the dialogue is just strange. But what I was going to say was after the show last week, I was like, all right, I'm going to go play some more of this. And it was a situation where I got in like my vehicle and I went too far because it was like, hey, I'm a level 3, but the enemies were like level 19, level 27. I'm like, fuck, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So then I just kind of like took a breath and was like, all right, I know what I need to do. I need to find out where the hell I should be going next. Right? Not where I have to, because that's one thing I did enjoy about this game is you can go anywhere you want. But man, if you run into a level 27, you're going to die in 2 seconds.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I was like, Colorado Springs, is that where I was supposed to go? Probably, because I want to continue on to the story, because I'm going to kill the Dorseys. Those are the bad people in this game. And I was able to level up and meet new characters, open new stores to trade out goods. And yeah, it was like, all right, cool, man. I know exactly what I'm doing now. But overall, it's a good game. I'm enjoying it. What else did I play? Oh, Tony Hawk, Pro Skater. Thanks to Ryan, he bought this game. Ooh. And I've never been a big skateboard fan, unlike my brother, who's like the Street Fighter, skateboarding kind of person that he was more into those types of games than I was. But overall, I just went through the tutorial, and I gotta say that was super well done. Like there was nothing too ridiculous as far as like pulling off any kind of combos. Like do an ollie, hold your skateboard by pressing A, as you jump. So I enjoyed that, but I just went through the tutorial so far before we started recording. And finished that all up, and
I heard that the remake is done really well. Like that's why I was thinking about getting it on the PC, because I'm pretty sure on the PC it runs at 4K 60, like solid. So
yeah, I'm seeing a lot of like super positive reviews.
But the thing,
but also the visuals and
yeah. But the thing about Tony Hawk though for me is that if I get it on the PC, I'm going to have to figure out a way to connect my PlayStation controller to it. Because I've always played Tony Hawk games with the PlayStation controller. Always.
You don't think that it's been long enough that you would feel weird? You think it would be weird playing with an Xbox controller?
Yeah, I think it would be. I think because it's just... Ever since I remember playing Tony Hawk as a kid, I always played it on a PlayStation. Every single Tony Hawk game that I played.
I had played it on PlayStation 1. I didn't own it, but I did play it.
PS1, PS2, and PS3. This has always been on PlayStation, Tony Hawk games. I've never played
Hasn't it?
one.
I thought it was on the Dreamcast, but I thought somebody had mentioned that.
Well, it was, but I think that, like,
After
the way
exclusivity.
I've played it is I've only played it on PlayStation, so that's what I know. And that's, like, if I'll play it again, I feel like that's what I would want to play it on.
Yeah.
You know, if it's for the nostalgia that I'm going for, because it is the remake or whatever.
Yeah, so it's the nostalgia with modern touches.
Very modern. It looks good. Like, from the graphics and the trailers that I've seen, it looks really fucking good. Like,
Yeah. It's
My
super well done.
solution. Jesus, just buy it on your
controls are tight.
PlayStation. You just said you're not making enough use of your TV, so get it on your PlayStation.
but what if it's not 60 frames? No, it probably is 60 frames. That's one thing I gotta give to Activision. Despite all their bullshit that they do with Call of Duty every year and releasing it every year in their battle passes, and how much money they took out of my wallet this year for all that shit.
How much hard drive space they take.
Despite all that, fucking, you know, they do make their games run at 60 frames on everything.
That is true, man. When I lock it at 60 on the PC, it is locked at 60 and it runs
They do. Like,
extremely well. It's probably the best looking game that I can run on a 1070 Ti.
that's one thing about, like, even
Super
Call
optimized.
of Duty, even like on the 360 was running at 60 frames.
Yes. And it was hardly any issues for either system, Xbox,
Yeah.
PlayStation. You never heard of it.
So that's
'Cause they know
something
what the
that's-
fuck they're doing.
That's interesting, you know, that, like, that they're able to do that. And a lot of other companies give a shit about that, but they do. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah. But Tony Hawk, I recommend it. It's good.
Hmm.
It is good. I haven't started the main campaign yet.
What's the music like, Gunny? What's the music like? Does it take you back to the
it's,
90s? Does it take you back to the 90s?
Yes. Definitely 90s music.
Do you like it?
I like it.
Does this remind you of your youth, Gunny? Of your youth?
It does. The music does. Absolutely. I can't think of the name of the song that was playing, but I was like, oh, yeah, I like this song. This one's good. But I didn't get in there and mess around to see if there were like other stations. It was just sort of random songs that would start up.
Did it make you want to bust out the skateboard and go down to the beach, Gunny, and ride your skateboard around?
You know what? The only time I ever owned a skateboard, I think I was 5 years old. And because I've always been a big wheel bicycle kind of person.
Oh, you were the bicycle guy, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I was Mr. Bike, and I think maybe if I owned a pair of roller skates, it was when I was 5. Like I was like, nah, give me a bike.
Blades
I want
are
a mountain bike.
The blades
I want
are
a red line,
for
a Huffy.
losers. The blades are you're either a bike guy or a skateboard guy. Rollerbladers, they're losers. A bunch of nerds.
I borrowed some rollerblades for one time. I was like, oh, this sucks, man. Give me a bicycle. I want to do wheelies.
Man's over here like
Can't
I
do wheelies
own rollerblades.
No.
Did you wear those red shorts with black sweats?
We actually just bought my daughter a longboard, and she's been using it around here.
Yeah.
And she was asking me to do it the other day. I'm like, no, I don't want to die. You know? She's like, it's just like old. And I'm like, I never was a skateboarder back then. I said I didn't rollerblade, I didn't roller skate, I didn't do any of that stuff. You know?
Until now, I did see Mayo. He did post he's lying because he had posted a picture, and he's dressed like Dr. Disrespect with he's got the red sweats and the black shorts over the top of that, wearing the big headphones.
Yeah.
On your rollerblades, Mayo.
Going down a hill.
Yeah, right.
Backwards. You got a cassette tape.
So last weekend, right before Gunny and I were going to record one night, my son and my daughter were out there. They were out there on the longboard, and like literally 5 minutes before we were recording, my daughter calls me and says, "Oh yeah, Greg fell and hurt himself, and he's bleeding all over the place." And so I go out there, and he like face planted, and I'm taking the emergency room. He had 5 stitches put in his chin and everything else. And I said, "That is why I don't skateboard."
And then and then Mayo's like, "I'd take a rain check." I was like, "Okay."
He didn't need any stitches, Mayo.
I'm 44 years old, so if I jump on a skateboard, I don't bounce when I fall anymore. You know, when you hit 40, you just don't bounce anymore. So I know better.
Son's back there laughing in the background.
Mayo need a new hip.
I bounce.
Yeah, I would probably need 2 new hips and maybe a new ankle. Probably a new eye.
Shit. Oh man. Anyways, is that all you have for playing, Gunny? Is that all you have, motherfucker? You.
Yeah, that's all I played.
Awesome. That means it's news time.
Beep, 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 beep.
Let's get into the news, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on here and talk about some video game news. Lots of news this week. Let's talk about Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Yeah. No hype. What's going on here? Don't sound too excited, guys. Settle down, Gunny.
I had, newer to the Switch. I never played. I think I played the Mario 64, what they're putting on there. Obviously, that's the old GameCube Mario. But I never played. I think what's the other two? Odyssey and what was the other one? I'd have to click on the article, I guess. I can't remember the other one, but I haven't played either one of those two. So it's kind of nice that the 3D Mario games are going to be available in a group.
Yeah, and it's not just the 3D Mario games. Apparently, they're going to have like the old school Mario games available in that bundle as well. So it's going to be like, it's almost like a Mario collection. I guess I would.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if you guys remember back. I can't remember what system it was for now. They made a Mario All Stars, and it was like Mario 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Together. And this I heard at the time, I heard some rumors this was going to come out and they were going to call it like Mario All-Stars 2, and it was going to be all the 3D World ones, where they ended up calling it like Mario 3D or something like that. 3D All-Stars. I got an email from Nintendo the other day since I registered, and the thing that actually I was kind of more interested in, and if you look in the article, Jesus, you can scroll a little bit, this new Super Mario 35. And it's like a Mario Battle Royale. I kind of remember like when they had, a while back there was a user or somebody that created one online. You could go in and play, and it was like a bunch of Marios on the screen. It was like the old original Mario Brothers game. This is something like that. It's like it's gonna be a limited time and it's gonna be free. It's gonna be available from October 1st to March 31st of 2021, and it's gonna be like you and 34 other people playing Mario, and you're gonna be like battling it out. So.
Yeah, I saw that. It's called Super Mario 35, or Super Mario Bros. 35, right? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
So apparently this is only available from October 1st until March 31st of next year. It's going to be a limited time game where it says here that you're tasked with being the last Mario alive by battling to the death. Apparently you get to fight people, and as you beat them, you get more time to live and attack other people. You have to be the last Mario alive. That sounds pretty fun, actually. Like beating the shit out of other Marios. Ass Mario sounds fucking fun as fuck.
Yeah,
and,
we'll have to jump on that, Jesus, when it comes out.
Yeah, and
I both have the online, right?
And especially, and especially being like you can like customize like your fucking Mario. You could probably have different hats and shit, make them look different, or fucking. They could do so much with this, like. So that's legit. But yeah, you're right, Mayo. The Super Mario 3D All-Stars will include Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, which I actually really like that game.
That was the one I couldn't think of. I heard that one was good.
It's people talk a lot of shit about it. It was on GameCube. But I remember that being my favorite game on the GameCube. I fucking played the shit out of Super Mario Sunshine when I was fucking younger. And when it was out. But so then Super Mario Galaxy will also be available with that 3D All-Stars. As well as they also made this new this handheld system, the Game & Watch. It's the Super Mario Brothers edition. Apparently it includes like Super Mario the first one and the Super Mario Brothers 2 and I think Super Mario Brothers 3. It includes it's like a bundle of games all in like this like little handheld old school system or whatever. But those are going to be limited production, and they're going to be available November 13th. So good luck finding one of those on the shelf. It's probably going to... Those are going to be like the Nintendo, the Super Mini, whatever the fuck shits. Those little mini ones. It's going to be like that probably.
Oh, the retro systems?
Yeah. Because it's like one of those things like where it's like a retro-looking handheld thing. And... Also, another Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury is coming. These are games from the Wii U that, Nintendo's being smart and bringing all their Wii U titles forward because no one played the Wii U.
No, that wasn't a very good system.
The crazy thing is, though, if you own a Wii U, hold on to that Wii U because their value is skyrocketed, dude. You can't find a Wii U right now that's cheap. Like they're like $400, $500 on eBay. Like brand new sealed, like a 32 gig one, the black one with like the more memory and like the fucking 32 gigs is like a whole lot of memory. But like the black one, the limited edition, it's not limited, but like the super edition or whatever it was, that one's like a lot of money, dude. On eBay, it's like $500 or some ridiculous shit. Like, yeah. And even if you go to GameStop,
put 1/6 of Call of Duty on it.
Yeah. And even if you go to like GameStop and try to buy one used, even they have those things marked up. Like they have them way overpriced. Like they're like oh yeah, give us $300 for this. Like what the fuck, dude? You know what I mean? I could buy a fucking Xbox One X for that much money. What do you mean you want $300 for this fucking Wii U?
Well, that's the case. Maybe you can go trade it in on a new PS5 or Xbox Series X when they come out.
No,
like, I have this old Wii U.
No,
and then GameStop we'll give you $20 for it.
I'll give you $5. Best I can do, and if you have a pro membership, I'll give you $8. Yeah, fucking GameStop. Anyways. Let's move on now to some more news. Original Oculus Quest reportedly has been discontinued, and there's an unannounced new version coming. That's right, Mayo, that's right. After only being available for a little over a year, it appears that the Oculus Quest version 1 could be on its way out the fucking door. At least the original version of the headset. Just prior to Facebook Connect, retailers have begun delisting the Quest and are reportedly saying it has been discontinued. However, fear not, a replacement is almost inevitable. Speaking to Upload VR, a UK sales representative said that the device had reached its end of life and there's no more shipments arriving to the stores. It will likely give way to a new and more improved Oculus Quest. So, you know, I mean, if you've bought an Oculus Quest, I guess, well, you bought one and now it's probably going to be continued to be supported for a bit. I would hope. And, yeah. Sorry, Matt Bradford. But, yeah, also Medal of Honor is coming soon, so, yeah. And on September 16th, in just 10 days, Facebook is going to hold an augmented reality and VR-focused conference called Facebook Connect. Dun, dun, dun.
Can't use the name.
Connect, Gunny, not Connect. Connect.
Got it.
Motherfucker, you. Moving on to more news. Epic Games is now asking the courts to stop Apple's retaliation against Fortnite. In a court motion filed Friday, September 4th, Epic Games requested an injunction restoring Fortnite to the iOS App Store. Epic calls the filing an action to stop Apple's retaliation against Epic for daring to challenge its unlawful restrictions while our antitrust case proceeds. So this is the latest legal maneuver that Epic has taken, you know, against Apple. And these are pretty much two huge companies with a lot of money and lots of lawyers finding it out.
Except one's worth $2 trillion.
That's not Epic.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it's funny. I don't know if it's because I don't like Epic, but I find myself rooting for Apple, and it's funny because it goes against my logic, because I'm always wanting to be like, you know, anything for the developers and help gaming and this and that. But I see these things that Epic's doing over there, and they try doing the same thing with Steam and stuff. You know, they're doing the same thing with Google, and they're not doing it to necessarily better us. I don't think they're saying that. I think they're doing it to
get more money.
Yeah, they're doing it to get more money there themselves, and then saying it's to better the community, which it's going to.
They're trying to look
Isn't it going to?
for their
investors. It's going to help
investors.
smaller developers.
Yeah,
but how?
Like Gunny said, or like Jesus said, they're just trying to look nice. Though I think they're trying to play. Oh, look, we're the good guy. Now pay us money.
They're like, okay, listen.
We want to take down Apple.
Listen,
fight Apple because
they're making Apple look like the bad guys, Gunny. Like Apple is like the fucking empire, and they're the fucking Jedis trying to fucking liberate the fucking world or whatever, the universe. Mm-hmm. But the truth is, Apple is the good guy, and Epic is the real evil people. Because once they take out the evil guy, then they're going to be the super evil guys. They're going to be more evil than the evil Apple Store, Gunny. They're going to charge people more money. We charge 40% for our Epic Store games. Woo!
No, they're going to keep it at 11 to 15%.
Oh.
You know what Epic's going to be?
What?
Fair.
Oh, shut up. Shut the
Yeah,
fuck
until they get the vast majority of everything, everybody gets all knocked out.
Listen, until Fortnite fucking loses its popularity and they don't know what to do and they're like, fuck, we lost.
We drove
our
up more
biggest
money.
game.
Yeah, put it back on Apple so we can get at least 70%. I get it.
And I remember seeing, like, when this all started going down, and when they took the first thing about, Apple had pulled out, like, all the Unreal stuff. They're going to stop Unreal. And then, Epic kind of won the thing where the Apple can't retaliate. The judge said that, they have to leave the Unreal engine games in there, but they can't put Fortnite back in. And Epic was trying to say that, like, oh, well, it's given us harm that we can't be on the iOS store now because, Apple's not letting us in there. But in reality, they joined, the Apple Store, they signed that contract saying that they would do this, they would pay the 30%, and they would not put another program in there to make money bypassing what Apple does. And they very well knew they were going to do that when they signed that contract. I think they signed that contract to go in there to break it on purpose so they could go, so Apple would do this and they could file a suit against them. And so,
yes,
in my mind is like they strategically joined Apple, their program, their system, their whatever you want to call their environment. And they went in there and they wanted to make waves, and then they wanted to drop out or get get Apple to kick them out. And then now Apple looks like the bad guy, Epic looks like the good guy, and when Epic's the one and they're breaking the contract, they signed this contract to say, hey, we'll do it like you say, and then they turn around and immediately try to bypass it. And so that's what I look at it. I just feel like Epic's going in there and trying to like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll do this. And then when they get in, they turn around and try to make waves, so they literally just got their way in, and now they're trying to cause problems.
Yeah, I think it's a little confusing for me, and I'm sure a lot of others, where I know, again, Mayo, I go back to that. I watched several YouTube's videos on this, but I still don't understand how it works with the Samsung store on the Android device, because you could still run, I don't know, the way it works with the way the money is split up. Like, are you paying Samsung?
So it probably
I don't
is. You're
know.
probably paying Samsung, and Samsung probably has special privileges within Android. They probably worked out some kind of deal with Google.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, and I think I've heard, and I don't know if this be a fact or not, but I've heard, people can make a special agreement with, like, say, Apple or Android, maybe for less, like, okay, if we can do this, whatever, they can work some things out for these bigger companies.
Well, okay, so stop there. I don't want to get too far off track here, because you had mentioned that. And let's go back a couple months ago to where even Phil, we were talking about the xCloud, blah, 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 is going to be, again, we go back to that game streaming. We'll get back to Epic in a second, but, and Xbox had worked out something with the Samsung store. I don't know, but then how's that going to work with the Google store? It's weird because, I don't know, I don't understand. 30%, I think, we've talked about this before, man. I remember when you joined the show, and then that's when Epic was starting to pick up on the whole Fortnite thing, and things were really growing. And I was like, dude, Steam, 30%, that's too much for every single transaction.
And
why can't it be 15?
Look, it's 30% on Xbox. It's 30% on,
that's true.
PlayStation. It's 30% on Apple. It's 30% on, Android. So it really wasn't.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, but I stand behind Epic on this because they're consumer friendly and they're being fair. I think what they want is fair. And if they fight for this, right, you can say, Epic's fighting dirty and they're kind of screwing things up and violating terms. I think it's going to work out good for a lot of these smaller developers, right? And we're kind of seeing that with all these, like, Epic's giving away free games every week, and they're gaining these timed exclusives from other smaller developers. Where
I don't know. To me, I just feel like they have an agenda, and like you probably heard before, they're a company and their main concern is making money.
Sure,
they don't care where it comes from or how they do it. They're just trying to give us a perception that we're the good guy and we want to make money. They just want to get as many people as they possibly can on the Unreal Engine, and get as many people on their Epic store. Like, okay, we get all these people using the Unreal Engine, we'll give them a discount, on the money they make. But the more the people they can get on the Unreal Engine, the more money they're going to have coming in. Even though they can charge a less percentage, they're still going to be making a ton of money because we can get that many people to come, to our engine.
There's
and yes,
no doubt.
It will save developers money, but I don't think they're as good and wholesome as everybody likes to, they want to say they are.
I know. I'm sure that there's no doubt in my mind that Tencent sent an email to not Tim Cook, but what's the Epic's?
Tim Sweeney.
Tim Sweeney. Like, they probably sent him an email going, "Yo, Tim, you know why we invested in Epic? Because we love money, right? So what are you doing?" Right? I don't know what Tim's response would be, but to them, or I'm sure that did take place. But he's probably like, "Hey, we're just fighting this whole, we want more money. That's what we're about." I don't know. It's ugly.
Didn't I even see something where even Epic in Fortnite, it's like free Fortnite now. They're putting it in their game, and they're literally just using their game and their media to try to, almost like, look at this bad Apple team over here. Look at they're doing. They're holding us all captive, basically. Poor us poor people over here at Epic. We're barely hanging on. We can't make any money off of this. How are we managing to do this? When I think in reality is, they're paying 30% to everybody. But if they can take down Apple first, then they can go after Sony and Microsoft and everybody else. They're trying to get one of them out of the way, because then they can go, okay, well, we won this court battle already against Apple.
Listen, so if you win the court battle against the biggest company in the world, Apple, then when you go to court against Microsoft and against Sony, against PlayStation, against Stadia, against Steam, when you go to court against all these other companies, all you have to do is say, look at this other court case. The judge voted on our side. True. And then that's precedent, and then that's it. The other judges have to follow that ruling. They have to be like, okay, yeah, this judge set a precedent. Yeah, we have to fucking follow this ruling. Yeah, you're free. You shouldn't have to pay this. And then that, and people are saying, oh, well, that's kind of fucking blah, blah, blah. Well, I think that it's going to, at the end of the day, it might help developers a little bit. Yeah, 30% might be better or whatever. Might go down to 10% or whatever the fuck. But they're going to get their money somehow. These companies, Steam, Microsoft, PlayStation, Apple, will get their money fucking somehow. Because they're not going to just post all those money. Like, oh, yeah, this year we lost $3 billion because fucking we lowered our prices on the App Store. Like, fuck that. They're gonna be like, fuck you. We're gonna raise our fucking prices on our phones, on our tablets, more for everything else, or something. They're gonna figure it out some way or another. So we get screwed over no matter what as the consumer, I think.
And I think too is some of this fight too. Is about having almost like their own payment method within, and before. In Fortnite, you are supposed to use Apple, right, to buy your coins or whatever, and Apple got 1% of that, and then Epic got the rest. So Epic went ahead and put their own store in there, and that's when Apple was like, no, we can't get terms. That. So that violates their terms. So we all know Apple has a very closed ecosystem, and that's one of the things that people like about Apple. People like Apple how closed and very specific things are. When you want a refund, you can just refund through Apple. You don't have to refund through Epic. You don't have to refund to another thing. So I think the concern is going to be, okay, so what if Epic wins this? Now every developer can put their own payment system in their game. So Apple has no control over that. Apple just lost control over their closed ecosystem because they let Epic come in and do this, and they're making waves within Apple, and they could force Apple to change from being a very closed private ecosystem to a very open ecosystem where people have to can have their own payment methods in there, and that changes a lot, because then that could open up. They say Apple's more secure to viruses and this and that, but now you have to open it up to different payment methods and this and that, and there could be more backdoor stuff come open and stuff like that. It's way less secure, I'm sure. So
You know what?
that could be
I think
an
I was
issue too.
thinking more like, the rumor was that Tim Sweeney and he had contacted Apple about, making a special deal. I would have been perfectly fine with that.
And I think Apple's the one that released that. I think they said that,
Yes, they even just
like, hey, look,
they didn't say anything until this whole shitstorm, and then they were like, "Look, these guys tried to come with us as like treat us like we're special,"
right,
and
special privilege, and give us a discount over
which I would
everybody
have been
else.
perfectly fine with, right? Because Epic does. I mean, they're gaining in popularity, and they have. I mean, they're nowhere near close to like an Apple or a Google or a Microsoft, but I don't know. I just think it would have been nice to see if maybe Apple had said, look, we tried to work with them and cut a deal. I would have been perfectly fine with that. But I understand why they didn't, right? Because they'd have to do
You
it
can
for
let
everybody else. And
right?
yeah, they need to
'Cause
change
then
their
maybe-
policies at Apple, okay?
Then Microsoft says, hey, we want to put our Xbox stuff on there. You need to cut us a deal or something like that, or we want this on there, and you need to cut us a deal. So
We don't know that, right? They could have a special deal on Microsoft and a special deal on, from Sony. I don't know. I haven't really dug into it that much to see if there are special deals, or are they paying 30% on everything for consoles? Because Tim Sweeney had even said, we're not, consoles are more like not on computer or whatever it was, or they're more computer than a smartphone is. I don't know, whatever
but yeah,
reason he was giving. I'm not messing with those guys. That's probably where they make most of their money.
Speaking of
I don't
Epic
think it has
Games,
some ramifications on what happens, like how we do things in Apple and stuff like that, and it could really affect Apple.
speaking of Epic Games, once again, Epic is asking the court once more to reinstate Fortnite to Apple's App Store after their daily iOS players have dropped by over 60%. iOS is the biggest platform of Fortnite players in the world, with over 116 million players playing on Apple devices, Epic says.
Yeah.
And they say that they're worried because they've lost over 63% of those players because the app was deleted from the App Store. I'm assuming that the 40 or so, like the 37% they still have, they probably downloaded the game before or something, like before the ban or something.
Well, it's not going to work because it's probably updated every 3 days if it is a game like Fortnite.
But
at least once a week.
Doesn't Fortnite update it on their end? They just push the update and then it just updates inside the app. So as long as you have the app, you're able to launch it and update it.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Is that the way it's working
Yeah.
out? I
think
I'm pretty
launch
sure.
it, they check for updates, and then it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think because it's in the court, right? So they're not completely.
Well, no, they're out of the App Store. You cannot download it right now. But
You can't download
if you
it. But
already
if you
have
have
it,
it downloaded. Okay.
the Apple App Store does not push updates to your app. The app,
I
the
didn't know that.
updates happen within the app. When you launch the
I
game,
see.
inside the game as it's loading, it says we're checking for updates, and then it downloads the updates from Epic.
Understood.
So yeah, they said they've lost over 63% of their players on iOS devices, and they have 116 registered users on iOS devices. So
Wow.
they've lost like a shitload of players.
Now I see why these phones are on with loaded Fortnite are going for like $2,000.
Yeah.
I get it now.
The other thing too is, it's like I feel like Apple is the one that has to maintain everything. They're maintaining the ecosystem. They're maintaining the store. They're taking care of the downloads and the servers for all that kind of stuff. And so that cuts into their profits too. So when we hear 30%, they're probably only making 20%.
Yeah. So with $2 trillion,
want-
it's like Apple just like lost a nickel on the ground. What was that? Oh, it was a nickel.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But Epic wants them to cut that down. They want Apple. Epic wants Apple to sit there and manage the store, put the servers up for the store, advertise on their device, their games, and have to pay Apple less is basically what it's coming down to. And
You know what I think needs to really happen? Didn't I say this last week, Mayo? Do you know what Epic needs to do? You know what Microsoft needs to do? Well, Microsoft already did this, but I think they need to do it again. You know what that is? They each
What's that?
need to buy their own phone company, their own cellular smartphone company.
Yeah. If Epic was such a great company and wanted to do this and make sure everything was fair, why don't they just make their own network? Why don't they make their own closed network and then just charge everybody the 12% or whatever they want to charge? Because they don't want to put the money into that infrastructure that Apple and everybody else has. Apple invested all that money to build this, what they have now. They put all that money into the original iPod and all that stuff. They're kind of paved the way for our touchscreen phones and stuff. It seems like, back when the iPod Touch and all that came out.
Yeah.
And they did all that research, and let's see Epic, make their own closed platform or iOS or something like that, and just allow developers to come in there and they only charge 20%, and then see, if they really want to make a fair network, why don't they just do that? The developers will naturally come there anyways, right? If you look at iOS,
I mean, they'd need.
And Epic had its own, operating system. Oh, I could make more money on the Epic one. Maybe they would go over there, but
they would need
they're just trying to
hardware.
piggyback.
Right? They're just a software
trying to piggyback
company.
off of Apple's success. But even their software, they're trying to piggyback off of Apple's success in their software. They're using the iOS platform, to sell their stuff. So.
Yeah, anyways, fuck Epic. Fuck Epic. Moving on to more news. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War multiplayer was accidentally streamed.
And you watched it.
Accidentally.
He was the streamer. What are you talking about, Gunny? He was the one playing it. He was out there streaming it, going, look at me,
and then sharing it everywhere.
Apparently a few streamers on Twitch have access to the alpha of this game. And this guy named Doug is Raw on Twitch, he fucking streamed it on Twitch. How do you... dude, you know how many NDAs you have to sign to get early access to some games?
Right.
A shitload. Like you get constant emails and they tell you okay, you can only talk about this, you cannot say this, you cannot show that, you can only do this. You better not fucking show that. They send you a whole fucking list of shit you can and can't do. How do you accidentally, while you're playing a game that's a NDA game, how do you accidentally hit the go live button on your fucking stream?
Then do they title it? Do they title?
Oh, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
That was an accident.
First glimpse at multiplayer or some shit.
I accidentally pasted that in there. I don't know. How do you accidentally get that in there?
Like I said, this is a slice of Miami contained within the map. So pretty much you're going to be on the beach of Miami, in the 60s or 70s or whatever, 80s. Fucking, Gunny, back in your day, Gunny, when you went to Miami.
Yes. Selling drugs.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan giving your orders.
Selling drugs.
I was dealing it, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well. Yeah.
Hey, there's going to be a live stream, Jesus, September 9th.
Yeah.
You will be able to see more gameplay, not the gameplay.
10 a.m.
This will be more beta gameplay.
The game comes out November 13th. This apparently has a new return of the zombies as well. So if you're a zombie player,
Of course,
Treyarch is bringing more zombies back. Yeah.
Oh, Treyarch's one of the famous for the zombie modes, right?
And all players will be able to play from any platform. So of course, I'm going to be getting this on the PC.
Nice.
PC
That's
Master
awesome.
Race. Yeah,
bring the players together.
Yeah, Treyarch is known for the zombies, Mayo, and then Infinity Ward is known more for like co-op missions and shit, like they did with Modern Warfare. Moving on now. PS5 backwards compatibility. There's no support for PlayStation 3, PS2, or PS1 games. That's what Ubisoft says. So in the latest chapter of backwards compatibility saga for PlayStation has unfolded, and Sony has been somewhat very coy about the details regarding PlayStation's 5 backwards compatibility support and whether or not it will be able to play games from generations prior to the PlayStation 4. Will you be able to play PS2 games, Gunny? PS3 games? What about original PlayStation titles on the PS5? And according to Ubisoft, those systems games are not supported on this next generation console.
Oh shit! How will I play my PS2 game?
How would I play my entire collection of PS1 games, Mayo? How?
So this is
man.
probably several dev kits they have over at Ubisoft.
Buy PS3?
This is so fucking stupid.
Buy a retro.
No, I don't fucking care. You know what?
PlayStation.
If you really want to play back, or you want to play a PS3 game, go buy a fucking PlayStation 3, you fucking homo.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Jesus
Go back and buy PS1. You can find them in the wild.
Stop being such.
But you know what? Do you guys remember? Hey, let's put down the fanboy bullshit here, because remember when the Xbox One came out, you could not play any Xbox 360 games. There was no mention of backwards compatibility. Those 5 games that launched, was it 5 or 6?
6.
You couldn't play those on the Xbox 360. They were only available on the newest console.
Okay, and
that's it. I'm just saying, like, you can't. Now, of course, it's changed, and somebody's trying.
Now it's weird, right? Now it's like there is no like true next gen Xbox game. There's not.
No.
Like,
especially now.
Like on Xbox, there is no next gen game. There is no like this
Halo's
game.
Supposed to be it.
No, it's not, because it's coming to the Xbox One X.
Yeah, true. Okay,
so like there is no like.
I guess we could label that as
okay.
Halo was supposed to
Listen,
be a system seller.
there is no next gen game for the Xbox. There is no nothing, and I've seen like okay. So I've been on Twitter lately, and I've been looking at like Ryan McCaffrey, and he's the Xbox lead editor at fucking IGN.
I listen to him every week.
He does the podcast with them. He's their main Xbox boss guy or whatever over there. He has even said Xbox has nothing on the table. No reason. They're giving us no reason to buy an Xbox Series X on launch day because they have no fucking next-gen titles. As
Correct.
Opposed to the PS5, where at least the PS5, if you want to play Ratchet and Clank, you have to get a PS5. If you want to play the new Spider-Man Miles Morales expansion, you have to get a PS5. If you want to play that, what's that fucking God game, whatever the fuck it's called, the Gods and something.
Gods and Generals?
No, it's like God Haven or God Sent or some shit. So that fucking RPG game they have coming out, or hack and slash game. If you want to play that, only on PS5. Like, they have only PS5 titles that you can only play on the PS5. Xbox doesn't. And like, you can argue and say most powerful system. Cyberpunk. Oh, The Witcher 3 is getting an update. Cool, bro. But guess what? You don't have to upgrade. You can just play that on your normal Xbox One X. Even on your,
the one that came out 8 years ago. You can play it.
You can play that on your Xbox One that Jonathan Hall has, that VCR looking thing. You can play it on that. Play it on that old ass system.
Isn't that almost like for some people, Jesus, this is a good thing, a great thing that Phil Spencer had said, right? Now, one thing I don't agree that Phil Spencer's been touting, and he's been saying for a while, is that where he likes to say, hey, we have a new Xbox coming out, Series X, it's the most powerful console, but for the games, man, if you want to play that game on an OG Xbox One, then you go play that game on an OG Xbox One and don't worry about buying it on the Series X. It's all about the games and not the system.
Well, you know what?
And play it on PC. If you want to play it on PC, we have a PC Game Pass app, and you could play it on there. You don't have to buy the console. Well, why would they sell the console then?
That's the environment it reminds me of. If you think about the PC environment, there's never a next generation on the PC environment. There's next generation video cards, but you can go back and play any old game on your PC. Yeah. And you can play any new game on your PC. You don't really have games you get excited for, like, oh, this is the next generation, when you're a PC owner only. When I was only on PC, I was never like, oh, I can't wait till the next generation PC. You just didn't have that. You just, okay, I'm just going to upgrade and things continue to get better. I can play a game on my 2080 Super, or I could play a game on my 3090 Super Titan, whatever, say come 2 years down the road, whatever they make. The game, you're just going to have a better experience in one or the other graphically, if that's important to you. If it's not important to you, you can play in the cheaper system and you're fine. You don't have to pay for the upgrade. So, the money's made in the software. And if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade. And you get to the point where you just naturally want to upgrade, Oh, this game doesn't run as good, or it doesn't look as good, or it can look better on this system over here. So, yeah, I'm going to play it on the Xbox, One X for a while. But you're naturally going to want to buy that next better graphic unit, or like in the computer world, like a graphics card, Oh, the game will look fine on my 1070. But I want to play it on a 3080 because it's going to look better and it's going to play better. So that's kind of the same environment we have in PC that they're kind of modeling themselves after, I think.
Yeah, but I guess my point is that with Phil Spencer being that head of Xbox, when he comes out, I just think that he don't even bother trying to talk about the Series X when he's like, play it over here, play it over there. I don't care as long as you play it and you buy it, right? Even if it's Game Pass and you buy it and you play it on PC. What about your phone? Because we got xCloud, and go buy it. Game Pass, you can just play it on your phone. You don't have to buy the Series X. Like, stop promoting the Series X then. Why bother? Because you're just wasting your time, because Microsoft sucks at advertising, where Sony is the clear winner.
It's going to sell itself.
They know how to advertise.
And you're going to see the difference between the two, and you're going to want to play it on the better looking system, because
I'll be buying the Series
greedy.
X day one.
We are naturally want the best of whatever we can find, and if we can afford it, we're going to do it. There's no reason for me to go out and buy a 3080 right now when I have a 2080, but you know what? I'm going to, because I want the best experience possible.
Amen to that.
I was thinking of that.
OLED TV.
I was thinking of that fucking shit. Like Brink and Iams and me, we're all like super hyped about these new graphics cards, and I was thinking, like, I even told him in the chat, I'm like, guys, like, we are like in the top 1% of PC owners that have like
already
the latest shit, already. Like, why are we so hyped for the new shit? It's like, there's people playing games on like old, like 980 cards.
RTX 480.
Oh, yeah.
Like fucking old ass shit, like really old cards. Like, what the fuck?
660 TS.
Because we just naturally want to progress.
It still runs Witcher 3.
Just instinctively we want the best, and you get in that environment and you just want the best, and it just kind of sells itself, I think. And that's what I think they're shooting for, is if you have an Xbox One Series X and then you're playing Destiny 2 and it looks good and you're used to it, but then you see it on the Series X and it's playing a little faster frame rate and it looks better, and you're like, oh, I think I want that. I want a Series X. I want my Destiny 2 to look like that,
Yeah.
And so then you just go buy the Xbox. So the software is going to sell the hardware because you want it to look good as possible.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it'll work for them, but all I'm saying is, like, they really don't have like a true next-gen game. Especially with Halo.
What they don't, and they also don't have a system seller.
Even with Halo, like,
Console seller.
like what? So now they're really just banking on, well, fuck, we have the power. That's like,
Game Pass,
that's gonna be like, that's gonna have to be like their commercials.
Like,
we have,
play hundreds of games. They're old.
We have power. They're gonna be like that Sega Dreamcast commercials where, like, they're more power.
Now, and they'll probably have. Does anybody know if Sony still has the advertising rights for Activision?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, they can't advertise on TV or
Call of
certain
Duty
places for Call of Duty or anything, but they could do Madden.
No, but listen, listen, they got the biggest game of the year. Microsoft has Cyberpunk exclusive marketing rights.
Oh, that's right, they have that too. Even though it'll be on all systems, they do have those advertising rights.
They do, so they're the only ones that can advertise Cyberpunk. So, like, they need to come out with crazy fucking, like, this is running on Xbox Series X. Fucking look at this motherfucking shit. They have, like, some crazy cool, like, they need to come out with, like, commercials for Cyberpunk, but they need to come out with commercials for, like, everything for Cyberpunk. Like, they need to have, like, an action-packed commercial. They need to have a chill commercial, and they need to have, like, a commercial showing, like, just the city or something like that. You know what I mean? So, like they need to appeal to, like, all the different markets. So, like, when parents see that game, they're not just like, well, that's just a Grand Theft Auto in the future or whatever. Like they need to be able to appeal to all the fucking people. Like, hey, look, this game it's peaceful and it's nice and it's a nice game, yeah.
All the kids play this game.
All the little kids. This is like a Fortnite. This is the next Fortnite.
Look, Mom, it's Phil Spencer. He's on a motorbike and he's not hurting anybody.
Yeah,
and he's
driving
just
the
cruising
car.
through Fortnite, or Cyberpunk City, and
This got Keanu Reeves in it, and you know he wouldn't
Yeah.
be any violent.
he's not violent. Did you see Bill and Ted 3?
Yeah,
Come on,
exactly.
Only
Exactly.
$700.
They need those commercials, like good commercials and shit, because they need to be able to advertise to everybody. But they got the biggest game, so that's the good thing for them. They do have that.
That is true. Yeah.
The thing is, I just haven't seen any Xbox
There's nothing
commercials
to get
on
excited
TV.
about. Like, yeah.
There's like no hype, and I've actually started seeing some PS5 ads on the TV. Like the other day at my work, they had it on some fucking channel. I don't know if it was like the fucking cop channel.
Did you sign
or
up for the
something.
pre-order, Jesus? Did you put your name in?
I
Or
did.
your email? Yeah, I did too.
Fuck yeah, of course I did. But yeah, there was like a PS5 commercial on the TV. Like it said, like play the next generation of PlayStation, and it was like a PS5, and they showed both systems, the digital one, the non-digital one, and it said like coming soon or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? That's trippy. They got like TV
Yeah,
commercials already.
because I noticed on the Microsoft website today when I went to it, like everything you need to know about the Series X, it was dated a month ago.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they haven't updated that. What's going on?
So they need to, I think they just need to start hyping shit up, because everyone thought it was going to be Gamescom, and it was just a dud.
Yeah, that's
so
why.
like what?
See, I was like, oh, it's going to be out, and then, oh, I didn't even put this in the news, but I'm just going to go ad lib here and say that it's Tokyo Game Show, but Microsoft quickly went on to Twitter to say, whoa, no next gen news at Tokyo Game Show. We will have a 50-minute games and thing, but we're not talking about the Series X. And I'm like, what?
Like
Why
what?
are you not showing? But here's my thing. Okay, guys, I have the most.
Why is there no price? What? By this time last year or last generation, when the Xbox One was coming out, pre-orders had been live for 3 months at this point.
Nobody's talked about this. I'm going to ask this very important question to both of you right now and for the audience out there listening. And that is, yes, we haven't seen a price or date, even for the PlayStation, but speaking specifically for the Xbox Series X and possibly the S. And that is that it is now, September 6th. This thing's supposed to be coming out in
November.
2 months. 2 months. I have the important question here. Why have we not seen any gameplay?
At all.
Okay, despite price, despite release date, why no gameplay?
I don't know, man. Like, I honestly think that...
I understand no Halo gameplay, but why not have Cyberpunk? I know they've been, I don't know, whatever they do they only show Xbox Series X gameplay? Or are there other Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Are they showing Series X gameplay? I just don't see that hype around the gameplay, right?
That's what I've been saying the whole year, dude. I've been doing this since fucking goddamn E3. I've been saying there's no fucking hype for these fucking things. Usually on a launch year, we would be so hyped by like fucking February, by May. Think about the Xbox One. When the Xbox One was coming out, in fucking March, we were getting hyped. By fucking May, we knew what the consoles looked like. We knew the pricing of the consoles. We knew we saw gameplay on the consoles. We knew the fucking specs, the shit that they had with the TV integration with the fucking Xbox, and you could talk to your TV and fucking change the TV channel.
You got Connect 2.0.
Connect is the future. Look, you can talk to your fucking Madden or whatever, and your NFL bullshit, and we knew all that.
Sony's got this thing called
by the
VR.
time. No, they didn't talk. No, they didn't talk about VR at the launch of PlayStation. Gunny, come on, Gunny, that was later. All right, but listen, and then E3 came around, and they were talking about pricing, and they showed more gameplay of games of next gen. No, Gunny. Fucking games. They showed Rise, Son of Rome. They showed Dead Rising 3. They showed Battlefield 4 running on an Xbox One. They showed all these games coming up that were running on an Xbox One. PlayStation showed Call of Duty. They showed Call of Duty Ghost. They showed fucking all these other, like, that other fucking game where you're a fucking superpower dude or whatever. I forget that fucking game. And they showed a bunch of other shit. And everyone was fucking hyped. And then this year, what do we get? Due to coronavirus, we are gonna, show nothing. We can't, guys, coronavirus, we can't make our
Craig, we got Craig the Brute.
Listen, Gunny, coronavirus, we can't make our digital design team work from home, and they can't do nothing. We fired everyone.
Lame excuse.
We fired everyone.
Everybody's gone.
What are you doing?
Bring in this guy from Bungie.
What are you doing, Microsoft? What are you doing, Sony? Like, you guys are blaming COVID for this bullshit. Stop fucking with your thumbs up your asses. Get your shit together and get out there and start hyping people up, dude. Like, right now, the narrative could be so different. It could be like, whoa, dude, I can't wait for the new Xbox. It looks so fucking cool. Like, all these new fucking things that they're showing about it. But no, it's like 1 week. Oh, yeah, we're going to show this demo with the loading. Look at this. Look how fast this Mayo. Look how fast this graph is. Look how high this graph goes.
Wow, I'm excited
on this memory speed. Look how high that is.
How many frames is that? How many frames?
Look how high this graph is, and look how high this other graph is.
Look how low the other one was. Look how low the other one is.
The yellow graph, is that what you're looking at? The yellow bar? Okay.
Oh my god. It's like, that's what they've been showing. Is like, you expect us to get hyped over fucking graphs and charts and, oh, look at the speed of this and the speed of that. Fuck off, dude. Show us gameplay. Show us cool shit.
Oh, you know what, Jesus? I'm going to say it. I know people get mad at me when I say this. I said this a month and a half ago. What did I say? You know why we haven't seen gameplay? Well, because there's no games, and this console, there is no way, I'm going to say it right now, there's no way Phil Spencer's going to launch a new console with no games. He's not going to do it. It's not going to happen. The Xbox is not coming out this year. I said it a month and a half ago. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. So? It's just, you're going to get the PlayStation. That is coming out.
You think November's going to come around like the very last minute? Sony's like, all right, guys, we need to release a price. What the fuck do we do? And then Microsoft's like, okay, guys, we need to come with a decision. Do we release the price and we release this shit, or what are we doing? And they're both like holding out to the very last minute. And then
I don't think it is.
Sony's just like, okay, fuck it, $600 PlayStation 5, $700 for the fucking Super Disc Edition or whatever. And then fucking Microsoft's like, no console this year, no, nothing.
That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. And do you want to know why? People always will wonder, why would they wait so long to announce a delay? You know why? Stock prices. Simple as that.
Boom.
They're not going to announce.
And you're right. And you know why? And you know why?
Stocks until next year.
Because stocks have been dropping due to the whole COVID in the first place, so they don't want it to drop even more. Correct. God damn it, Gunny! You solved the fucking mystery. Mayo, he solved it, Mayo.
I thought I said this last month when I said that.
Because of the whole COVID. It's been, if you look at your stock portfolio, if you guys buy stocks or you have 401k.
People are like, you guys are crazy.
No, if you listen, no, being serious, go to your 401k right now.
I know, they got hit hard.
Look at your year to date, how much money you've lost or how much percentage it has grown. It's probably like down, from last year, what it's grown. That's because stocks have been fucking crashing a lot lately. And
just bought a house. How do you think it is?
Yeah.
The interest rates are so freaking low because everybody's broke.
Yeah, so...
well, that's why I bought it.
You're fucking right. You're fucking right. Like, it makes so much sense.
You've said it before. I think you've said it before. I've heard Mark... Well, okay, I'm going to be very careful here. Mark Cox, Wingman 709, I've heard him mention, like, reasons why they say certain things and why they don't. I'm not saying that he said it. I'm just like, oh, that makes total sense. Like, don't say anything damaging in the beginning of the year to watch your stock prices just continue to crash all the way to December. It's damaging to the company.
You want to look good to the company.
That makes total sense.
Yeah. You want to be like, oh, last minute, oh, sorry, guys, due to COVID-19, we couldn't meet demand of production and we're delaying the launch of the system so everyone can get one. We're delaying it. We're delaying it for 5 months or so. So everyone can buy one, Mayo. We don't want just
but here's the thing.
10 people buying one. We want everyone buying one.
I did say a month and a half ago. How long ago was it? A month ago. I said it a month ago, right? But that was before the Halo thing because I thought, well, okay, it'll come out with Halo.
Yeah, and then Halo's fucked.
In April. But then now it's not going to be ready until, I don't know, everybody's saying we don't think Halo's going to be ready until next November. I
I think you're right,
still,
Gunny. I think
I think
I think
they
it will
hold
be
on
out
to
in
it next
April.
November.
I
I think it
think
could be out ready, but I think they might even wait.
I
Gunny.
think it'll be April.
I think
I don't think it's going to be a full year.
I think come
or whatever.
November, Sony's going to announce the price. Like by, I think Sony will announce the price by the end of this month, most likely, so people can start pre-ordering. And I think that once the end of this month or beginning of next month or maybe beginning of November, if Microsoft is not going to launch the console, they'll just delay it. And the reasoning will be COVID-19. And they're not going to say, oh, it's because of Halo. No, which we probably know it's because of Halo. But they're going to be like,
launch this with
they're
Halo.
going to be like, oh, well, it's because due to COVID-19 we could not meet the demand of production, and we don't want to just release like 1,000 consoles. We want to release like 1 million or whatever the fuck, and we could only make 500,000. So we're going to delay production for a few months, and we'll give you a release date next year. And I think the move for them that they could do with this whole situation with PS5 launching before them, even if PS5 does launch in November ahead of them, they could come out next year in March or April or whenever the fuck Halo's done, and they could be like, boom, this is our box, this is our price, and this is the most powerful system in the world. Like, you've seen what the PS5 can do for the last 5 months. This is what we can do for now and the future, you know, like this is us. And they can have so much like fucking hype when everyone's like, oh shit, the new Xbox is way better than the PS5. Look how much more
It'll come out with Forza. It'll come out with Halo. You know what I mean?
Man,
because you can't launch a freaking console without a game. Nobody's ever. You're hearing it on this podcast exclusively. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. It's just, why would you? It's like selling a car with no wheels.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
Is that a good example? I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, another thing too, what I really like, I've really thought about this a lot. I'm sure Natalia, who's the president of Microsoft US. Anyway, so the president, the big guy, right? The head honcho. He's probably called Phil Spencer several times to go, stop telling people not to buy the console. You know?
Yeah.
Stop doing that, you know? Yeah, it's silly, right? Nobody wants to hear that. We want to sell the console, not sell the console, right? Like, so stop saying that. And he has stopped, I've noticed. He stopped saying, like, just, we don't care if you buy it or not. Like, I know he doesn't use those words exactly, but no, we want to fucking sell this Series X and the Series S. We want to put pallets in Costco and stuff every corner in GameStop to, you know, we want to win this console war with games, you know, that come along with a console. I don't know. Just my opinion.
Yeah. I agree, Danny. I think that you're right. Yeah. But let's move on here to more news. According to Pringles, the console is coming out this year, Gunny. And they say that this is an advertisement for South Africa. So in South Africa, Pringles is having a competition or like a giveaway or like a event thing, like a, what do you call that? Contest?
Yes, contest.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I only saw the tweet. I didn't read the article.
This is the price of an Xbox Series X. This is the newest console. Apparently, you will get to win one for free if you enter with all these Pringles. Apparently, it's going to cost 621. What the fuck? I can't read that.
So I'll just say the tweet was 814, but was that in African dollars or whatever you want to call it? I don't know. I didn't know what that conversion was to American dollars.
Let me see here. So the South African currency is called the rand, and apparently, according to this Pringles leak, is going to cost the value of 13,500 rands, which according to Google, it translates to about 815 United States dollars. But people from South Africa have been commenting on this, and they do say that technology and tech, like just in general, right, like TVs and computers and just technology, costs a lot more in South Africa than it does in like Western countries like United States or Canada or even
Right. So
places.
it probably works out to 600.
I'm assuming, yeah.
North American, I don't know, whatever. U.S. prices 600.
Yeah. So I'm
Or is it
assuming,
5? I don't know. I'd have to do the
I'm assuming
conversions on all the currencies, but yeah, somebody already has probably done that.
I'm thinking.
But if it is 600, I
600.
think that's still, yeah,
Would you buy a Gunny at 600?
Okay. So if
That's a no.
I want, no, listen.
His wife is like, what? 600 what?
Yeah, see,
Motherfucker?
I've talked about this before, right? It's like, oh yeah, wait a minute. So what is the person with my financial advisor over here say, right? 'Cause I can be like, yeah, 600, no problem. But yeah, when I come to having to, bring my wallet out, and the wife grabs my hand and goes, "Hey, what do you do?" Okay, so if it is 600, right? On the Xbox here, I'm gonna want to buy this day one. As much as I've been crapping on it throughout this show, it's gonna be my day one console. But damn, that man, then I can't get the PS5. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already spending 600. That's a little steep, I think. It's too much. I think it should be $499, but will it?
Probably not.
That's hard to say with this SSD.
Gunny, those fucking SSDs cost a lot of money, all right?
They are expensive. That's why I
and
haven't
the
bought a
graphics
second one.
cards are expensive, and the shit's expensive, and it's all new gen, and it's, it has fucking 16 gigs of RAM. How much RAM does it have? 12 gigs of RAM or something in it? 14 gigs?
Yeah, you remember?
I don't fucking know.
No, I don't remember.
16?
How many terabytes? What was it? What the hell? Does
1
this thing have?
terabyte of space. No one
Or,
knows. I don't even know the specs anymore. But I know it's not going to be cheap, and I think that the reason they haven't released the price is also that they know that it's not cheap. They know it's not cheap. If they knew this shit was going to be $400, why not announce that in the beginning? But like, hey, look, we got all this power, all this shit. Oh, and one more thing. It's only $400. Everyone would lose their fucking mind. What the fuck would PS5 be able to do to compete with that? They don't have the power. They have the games, but that's it. Like Xbox would just be like 400. Boom. We got power. We got Game Pass. We got the price.
Yeah. I think that'll be.
They say they don't care what you play it on, so let's just put the price cheap and.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck. If you guys look, you buy an Xbox Series X or fucking Xbox One S, we don't even give a shit anymore. This shit is free, Gunny. We're dropping it at $300, Gunny. It's yours for $300. But I think it's full of shit. I think it's bullshit.
I don't think
It was
they've
600.
always. No, guys, listen. Remember when Microsoft, whatever, they lost the console war, right? Sony was the clear winner. And even though like this box, they locked it in $499. This is what it is, and Sony said $399. But remember when the X came out, we all thought, well, there's no way they're gonna bring this thing at like the same Xbox One OG price at $499. Yes, they did. It was $499 for the Xbox One X. Years later.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
Like Jesus said, it could be expensive, and Microsoft might know. And that's why they're doing. Oh, you can play it on the regular Xbox Series.
You don't have to upgrade
because it's so expensive. We know not everybody can do it, so we still want to buy our software. So we're gonna make it for the Xbox One X, and let the people that can't afford it upgrade it because we know it's so expensive. We think it's expensive, so we're just gonna develop games for both and let the people kind of decide. They might be looking at that way too.
It's good to have a choice, right? Power to the gamers. Thank you, Phil, for that. But stop promoting the X, Phil. Please. Stop promoting it.
They don't even make it. They don't even make it anymore. What the fuck? You can't find an Xbox One X anywhere.
No, that's weird. After you had talked about it, I think I wasn't on the show that week, and I went and looked. I was like, son of a bitch, you're right. You
can't find them anywhere. They're sold out. Every fucking website is sold out. Every store is sold out. You can find the hobo-ass fucking S console everywhere, but you can't find that X nowhere. So
kind of put a... Yeah, that's one negative point for me trying to say this thing's going to be delayed, but you can't go get an old console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on now to more news, Minecraft news. Apparently Minecon has now been rebranded as Minecraft Alive, and it is taking place in October, Mayo. Are you excited?
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Mayo's
My Minecraft that I play.
Mayo's favorite event of the year, Minecraft Minecon, is now going to be called Minecraft Live. This is going to be on October 3rd, 2020. And Minecraft Live is the new version of our annual live show, which has had many names, such as Minecon Live and Minecon Earth. Why the name change? So, apparently, would you ask rap superstar and underrated actor Sean Combs, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Puff Daddy that? No, you wouldn't!
Yes, I would.
It says here, due to the impact of COVID-19, Mojang Studios has delayed the Minecraft Festival, and they will not be involved in no actual live events until 2022. So there's that. But they're going to bring the party directly to your device, Gunny. That's right. If you join them live on Minecraft.net/live, you can watch
I'll be there if my kid will be there.
Minecraft Live on October 3rd, 2020. If you guys are hyped for them.
Let me check this here. September, October 3rd. Perfect. It's on a Saturday. Great.
Nice.
Can't wait.
Nice. Moving on to more news, more important news of next generation systems. CD Projekt Red has now announced that The Witcher 3, Gunny, The Witcher 3 is going to be enhanced for next-gen systems for the price of free.
Cute.
Free. You like that price?
That is, what is that called? The smart system? The next delivery system? Whatever it's called.
Smart
for
delivery?
Xbox. Smart delivery. Yep.
Whatever the fuck the stupid ass name they came out with. This is
Oh, but it's...
Smart delivery. Sounds so dumb. What do you call it? Download. It's downloading shit. This smart delivery bullshit.
Sounds like it's something I get from UPS.
Yeah.
Right?
This is FedEx's,
My old company used to use the smart system.
FedEx's new smart delivery system. Brought to you by Amazon. The smart delivery, Gunny. CD Projekt Red is also rejecting the $69.99 pricing for next-gen versions of Cyberpunk 2077. It says here major game publishers such as 2K Games, Activision, and EA have already expressed their enthusiasm for selling PS5 and Xbox Series X games at $69.99. This is a $10 premium over the industry standard $59.99. Yeah. But CD Projekt Red says, fuck that. We don't give a shit. That's not exactly what they said,
Nice.
but that's me changing their words up of their vice president. So they don't.
I'm buying 2 shirts tomorrow. One of
don't
them's
give
going to
a
be an
shit.
Epic Game Store shirt and a CD Projekt Red store because they're fair companies that believe in they're very consumer friendly.
Okay, good. Okay. Oh, okay, Gunny. Whatever you say, dude.
Sorry, it's my personal. I just got too personal there for a minute, but no, that's cool. I think it's a good way to kind of ease into the next system at the same price as the old.
Yeah. Moving on
Then
to
next year raise it. Yeah.
Moving on to more news about CD Projekt Red, Gunny. There's a new game by CD Projekt Red. They're working on a new mobile game. This is a new Witcher. It's going to be called The Witcher Monster Slayer.
Oh, I did see that trailer.
This is a new mobile game in development by CD Projekt Red. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. It says here, 3 years ago, our friends who had already released many small mobile games under the Spoko label approached us with the bold idea. They were dreaming of bringing the Witcher universe to a mobile augmented reality game based on geolocations, with monsters, quests, and stories hidden just around the corner. And here we have The Witcher 3. Or not The Witcher 3, but just The Witcher Monster Slayer. The game is being soft-launched in New Zealand as a first step of a series of public tests. We will keep working on this promising project and continue building our studio Spoko. So there's a new mobile. You're gonna be running around swiping your phone
Like Harry Potter.
like a Harry Potter and Pokemon Go, fucking slicing shit. Moving on to more news. This is Mayo news here. AMD reportedly is dropping big Navi prices following the GeForce RTX 30 series announcement. What a surprise. So it says here, one of the most welcome surprises of the whole NVIDIA GeForce 30 series announcement, which was fucking nuts, with you can get a 3070 or 3080 or a 3090 Mayo.
Yeah.
The 3080 is only $699.
Bow.
This is twice as powerful as its predecessor, the RTX 2080. But according to some sources here, AMD is changing its pricing plan for Big Navi due to NVIDIA's sudden bout of generosity. Says your Red Team is going to release its flagship 16GB Radeon RX 6000 series GPU at $599, Mayo. But to better compete with Green Team, these cards now may launch at $549. That's a $50 saving, Mayo. $50 savings.
Yeah. And 150 less than NVIDIA.
Yeah. Says here, Cortex also mentioned an 8GB model in the original tweet, but later corrected himself, claiming that there is only a 16GB version in the works. Since here, supposedly none of them will feature any type of high bandwidth memory either. So there's that. I mean, these are most likely the cards that are in the next gen systems. Probably not, but a version of them.
Probably a little better than what's in the next gen.
Yeah, I would assume. But this, if you guys are excited and you guys are Team Red with AMD, you could be waiting for that announcement to drop shortly. I would assume soon, sometime this month.
Wait for the TI edition.
Not Radeon, Gunny. Not Radeon. Radeon doesn't have TI editions. What are you talking about?
Never mind. Talking AMD here.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll probably offer. It'll probably be somewhere between the 3070, 3080 performance.
Yes.
I'm gonna guess.
I mean, for $549 seems like a pretty good deal. I mean, because the 3080 is what, $699? So I mean, you're saving $150.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is we see these prices just like off the top of your head, Jesus. This is a reference card price, so that's what they're going to start at. When MSI and Asus and EVGA all start making theirs, they're going to be a little more expensive. So we're probably honestly looking at $750 to $800 again, probably for like the NVIDIA cards, because you can always buy the flagship. It's always like the absolutely cheapest one, but it's never overclocked. That's like the base model, and all the MSIs and your EVGAs are going to overclock. And when you overclock, you got to put better fans on them. You have to put different shrouds and better heat removal. That increases the cost of the card, and that's why we have all these cards out there now with different price points. So that's going to be the absolute minimum, but that's not going to be the top. That's going to be as low as you're going to go. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if most of them are going to be $749 or $799. So just as a heads up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Honestly, I might just keep my card until next year for the TI models.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably buy one. I'll probably get early. I probably won't do the TI.
It's really hard for me.
I want to upgrade for my son.
It's really hard for me, because like I know that the graphics card I have now will definitely last me. It could last me in the next 4 years if I really wanted it to. But I know myself. I know I want the best.
And like I was telling you earlier, off air, there's a big gap between the 3080 and the 3090, and in terms of how much video RAM they have. I think the 3080 is only 10 gig of video RAM, and the 3090 is 24 gig of video RAM.
That's a lot.
I guarantee 6 months from now, you're gonna see like a 16 gig 3080 Ti.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be right there, closer to performance of the.
Even my kid. Even my kid, who I'm, I've been trying to get like a build together, just in a document. But he's like, yeah, I might just wait for a, like a 16 gig Ti or whatever. Like, I don't need one of the newer ones like right now.
Yeah, because
I don't need it in November.
like I said,
They
this
always do this. They
2080,
always have done this
it's gonna,
ever since I followed them.
it's gonna be, it's gonna run shit pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like you're on a 10 generation old, hobo graphics card. You're still gonna have no problems. It's just you get that desire to want to upgrade because you gotta have the newest stuff. Like I was saying on the console, so you just do it because you naturally want to.
Right.
Even though you're in the top 1% now.
That's true. We'll see what happens with all that shit.
He fell in the top 9%. What's he gonna do?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh!
Can my computer even play these games anymore?
Can I even launch Steam anymore?
Right.
I can't even tell what this looks like anymore. Is this even a gun, or is that even a gun? Is that a square?
Is
what
this
is
Atari?
it? Pong looks better than this shit. What the fuck am I playing? Oh shit. Anyways. All I care about is the teraflops, man. How many teraflops do we have?
Teraflops, that's what I'm thinking of. How many teraflops do we have?
Many fucking teraflops do we have around here, damn it?
I want 80 cores.
Didn't I see you post a thing where you said
it was like 20.
30?
Yeah, I think the new 3090 card has like 30 teraflops or some ridiculous 20
You posted a
teraflops.
30 in a comment a while back, like when they first made the announcements, but I don't know. I haven't looked that up actually.
Yeah, I think they're like, they have a shitload of teraflops. Yeah, see, the 3080 has 29.8 teraflops. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. All the teraflops. 29.8, Gunny. That's fucking 30 teraflops, bro.
That makes me think of
Remember when they were
flapjacks. And when I
talking-
think of flapjacks, it makes me hungry.
When they were talking when they first started talking about these consoles, remember they were like the PlayStation 5 is 10?
Yeah.
Remember they were like it's 10
And the
teraflops. And
Xbox
is
is
like
like-
11 or 12.
Like 13 or something, isn't it? Like I thought it was like 13.
Oh yeah, it might have been something like that. And then now
Now 30 on on the new cards. It's fucking nuts. That's like twice, triple the power almost.
Nvidia probably was sitting there watching them announce them teraflops.
Like laughing.
Cute.
Oh, 12 teraflops, huh? That's nice.
Oh, here's a little clap for you.
Good job, AMD. You guys did a good job.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they were thinking the whole time. Good job, AMD. Speaking of AMD, if you own AMD stock, it's probably doing really good right now because I actually have some, and it's grown quite a bit since like May, thanks to the Xbox and the PS5. Woo!
Right? Yeah,
It's
not,
going up a
not
lot.
doing anything about it, and everybody's buying a PC.
Yeah.
Good job, console makers. Look what you've done. Made PC gamers out of people.
Anyways, let's move on now to the end of the show. Console Corner.
The Console Corner is not the end of the show. It is the best part of the show. Thank you for everybody for joining. We are here to talk about your PlayStation Plus games.
Lame.
So for the month of September, I just paid a full year. I can't believe it's been a year for me that I've had the PlayStation. But you can now go and download for free Street Fighter V.
Oh my.
Street Fighter V for victory. Also, Sony is launching a PlayStation 4 Street Fighter V tournament this month, so it's pretty good timing to get. That is a free game. Your second free game for PlayStation Plus is PUBG.
Oh wait! I
Battleground.
can play PUBG on the shitty ass PlayStation.
You've played it everywhere else. You might as well get it. Go download it.
I should go play it. I should go in there and just fucking own people. I'll probably get murdered.
And just tell them
Will
like
ya?
it plays better
Will
on
you with that
Xbox
controller?
controller.
Isn't it all
Will you with
bots
that
now?
PlayStation controller?
Isn't it now all bots? Isn't it? Like, didn't they say they added bots to the game now?
No, they added.
They you know what? I think they just add bots to the mobile version, but I don't think they do
No,
it too.
I think they have bots in the actual PC version now also. But what I think they did is they added a ranked mode. So the bots are in a really low rank, as you rank
Yeah.
up. And so that's where you're finding your bots. Now that they have rank mode, if you're in a really high rank, you're not going to be fighting bots. I can pretty much guarantee that. You're not going to be in, like, let's say the top rank is diamond. You're not going to be in a diamond rank and be fighting bots. And if you are, they're going to be on, like, super duper hard difficulty. They're going to be like bulletproof.
No, I'm playing Baby Bones. So
Fucking
there's probably like a
Terminator
nursery
bots.
school rank. If they have it, I'll be playing it.
So yeah, the bots will probably be in there for the very bottom tier to make them, get a
Gunny.
a base assessment on how good the player is.
You want to get on?
to
You want to get
evaluate
on
'em.
some PUBG, Gunny? Some old school PUBG on the PlayStation at 30 frames.
Hell yeah, I'm still like learning to use my pull-ups.
30 frames.
Wait for everything to load in 5 minutes after you land.
30 frames in low settings. Do you want to experience this? It's just a shame. Like, fuck, that's so shitty. Like, such a shitty experience. I used to love it on the Xbox, and like, I can't believe, like, playing on the PC compared to the Xbox. It's fucking night and day, dude.
It's a big difference.
Oh my god, it's a huge fucking difference. What are you talking about, dude? It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Anyways.
Moving
Don't
on
dip
to our.
ever into the Xbox version.
Yeah.
We have Xbox Games for Gold this month and for the month of September. Tom Clancy's The Division. I wonder how much DLC you get for that. Or do you just get the base game? But either way, it's free. Go download it if you haven't played either. If you haven't played The Division 2, just go grab this one. It's the same thing. And your Xbox compatible game is D-Blob 2. So that is your first part of September. 2 games. Over on to Game Pass, we have some great Game Pass games on PC because Phil said I can play them anywhere. And that is Tell Me Why. I haven't played it, but I'm just letting everybody know. Those are out. I think we're into episode 2 now. I think they're being released weekly. Instead of like monthly or bi-monthly, they're actually releasing them every week. So you have something to look forward to.
I started the first episode, but I haven't gotten very far yet. So.
Okay, yeah, let us know next week how it is. By that, what is it? By Don't Nod, I think it is.
Yes.
Developer. And here's a game that I always wanted to buy, but never got a chance to, or I just never pulled the trigger on it. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. So this is like a horror movie, the first part of the game. But yeah, I can't wait to... I was going to play this today, and I thought, I better go play Tony Hawk, play a new game. But yeah, I'm gonna play it this week. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Ooh.
Gold free play days. I don't know what those are. I didn't find any. Over onto your Epic store, the best store on the PC market, because they're fair. Number 1 is Into the Breach. Have you played it, Mayo? Did you say earlier?
No, I have not played it, but I see that game pop up on the list of like top 20 PC games you should be playing.
I haven't played it either, I don't think. And your second free game,
good,
which is out on September 10th, but I'm calling it now so you don't miss it. Railway Empire. I think I bought this on either Epic or Steam. But yeah, I didn't care for it. Wasn't that good. Oh, here's some bonus stuff from Epic. Borderlands 2. You can get DLC. Commander Lilith DLC, which is great DLC. And the Ultra HD texture pack, which I can't believe they would charge for that anyway. But yeah, that's available on the Epic Store. Now, Mel, I own this on Steam, Borderlands 2. How does that work if I download the DLC and the HD texture pack, which I think was free on Steam anyway? But can I play the Commander Lilith DLC?
I don't think it'll work if you have it on Steam and you download it through the Epic Store.
It's not compatible. Ugh. So does that tell me, like, hopefully they'll be giving out Borderlands 2? Presumably soon. I would hope if they're giving away free DLC, give me that old game that came out 5 years ago. Either way, that's it.
I think everybody owns Borderlands 2 already.
Yeah, I would think. I think I bought it for like $5.
Fucking game's been like $2 at some points.
Yeah. But that is all for your free game. Steam has nothing. Screw you, Gabe. We love Epic.
Yeah.
Moving over to our community questions. Community question time. I know I asked a little late on the Facebook group, but our question of the week was what, Mayo, for this week?
Oh, if video games were a sport, Gunny, what one would you be considered a pro at?
None. City Skylines. That's where I'd be a pro.
Not even a driving.
That game has no strategy, by the way. If
like
you just play it on. Yeah, I'd just be a bear with one road and it's a square.
Wait, whoa, Mr. City Skylines. Did you say that game has no strategy?
Well, okay, I failed to mention it has no strategy for the way that I like to play it, which is with mods, unlimited money, It's baby
Oh,
mode. I play City Skylines
you
baby.
play baby mode? I built a whole fucking city, a metropolis, from nothing, Gunny. From one city block to a fucking sprawling metropolis, motherfucker.
How much money's in your treasury department?
Like 16 million or something?
Are you telling me you're a pro at
I'm a
this game?
fucking pro, bro. Get on.
I'll build a better city.
You can't build shit. You can't build shit, Gunny. I built a fucking metropolis in this fucking game, and I didn't use no fucking. I did it on a controller, on a fucking
mode.
Xbox.
I would build a city bigger than the biggest city in China, and have 10.
Don't make me be in the third
$billion.
wheel up here. Make you two compete and make me pick a winner.
Look, motherfucker, you. Let's go, Gunny. Let's go.
I have like 700 hours into this game.
I don't give a fuck how many hours you have. You pick the map. No unlimited money bullshit. All right, you pick the map. We fucking play on the same fucking map, and we'll see who builds the best city. All right,
I'm gonna build a city
where it's self-sustaining.
While I'm at work, just building.
All right.
Can you say like a 10-year time frame? Like you have to stop the game at 10 years and see where you both are sitting at in 10 years.
How many? What's gonna determine the winner? Is it gonna be population or money? Because if it's population, I'll just destroy all my houses and build apartments everywhere.
Skyscrapers everywhere.
Triple the population in the whole city.
High luxury condos.
Yeah.
I'll build ghettos. I will build ghetto apartments. It's gonna be 8 people per apartment.
Kenny's gonna build projects everywhere, just fucking free housing for everybody. Everyone gets free housing.
It's gonna be like Frostpunk. Like nobody's gonna be able to live in houses. They'll all be living down by the car factory.
No fucking stores.
No police, no fire department.
Everything's gonna be burning down. The whole neighborhood's gonna be burning down. I was saying, Gunny, if you saw my city that I took a video of on the Xbox.
Yeah, I think you showed me either a video or
that city was huge. All right.
Yeah, it was.
That took me about. How many months did that take for me to make? Like,
how many bridges did you have? Like 1, 2, 3.
I had
jaunt across the bay, but
no, I had like 6 bridges or something. That was a lot of bridges because my city was split up between like rivers. It got so big that I had to start building across the river, and like I had factories across the river, and I had like my original whole factory area had to be destroyed and rebuilt into like a housing district. And then I had to build apartments everywhere and condos and fucking stores and factories and shit. And I had to build train stations to import shit and fucking ships and all this shit.
You know what map I've been working on, Jesus, for probably the last 3 weeks? Because I do pull myself away from that game all the time. Because I could just
Gunny.
Play that
you
fucking
fucking suck. You loser.
All day, every day I can play it. But
I play baby mode. Oh, look at me.
Free money. Unlimited money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what? So I'll just take it back to Minecraft. When they first, it wasn't for the first couple months when Minecraft came to Xbox and before they had creative mode. But the day that happened, how long ago has it been, Mayo, do you think? If you remember when it came to Xbox. Because you were playing it on PC well before it came to console.
Oh, yeah. It's been on PC for like 12 years or something like that. So.
Yeah, so it probably... Okay, let's go back 10 years, right? Maybe it's been on there 10 years. But either way, it was on the 360. And I put a ton of time in. That's the only time I ever cried was playing Minecraft. And...
Why would you cry?
Yeah, I've told this story several times, but
what's going on here?
Okay, maybe we have new listeners. Okay, I know for a lot of you, you've already heard this, but when that first came out, it was like magical, right? It was like, holy fuck, I love this game, and I was so anticipating when this game was coming out because I had seen YouTube videos, right, that were showing this Minecraft game, and I was like, oh my god, this game looks amazing. And they did have, Miners something or other, right? It was like a super cheap version of Minecraft. It was super fucking jittery and just, the textures were awful, but it was like, hey, there's this other game you guys can play. Miner Castle Z, right? It looked like crap, but I was like, okay, I played a little bit of that. I was like, man, I cannot wait for this Minecraft thing. That thing came out, me and my kid, right? had played it. And I think we were doing different things where I had a TV, like a smaller TV in the living room, and we would play co-op, right? And yeah, or we did split screen. But yeah, and we just played it all the time, constantly. And so what happened was they had introduced dogs, right? Like that wasn't like that didn't come out initially. And was it a dog or a wolf? Whatever, right? And
It was a wolf.
it might have been a wolf. And so I'm like, oh my God. I was telling my son Kyle, like, dude, you can get a wolf. So what you have to do is watch this video. Look, you have to like hit it with a bone 3 times or, activate it. But in order to get to bone, we have to grind to get something from not the creepers, but skeletons. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, all this freaking grinding just to get 3 bones, right? In order to have the wolf be as your pet. And it was so satisfying getting the wolf as your pet, and it has a little home, and it's cute as hell. And yeah, and it was
Gunny,
fine.
You know why it was satisfying, Gunny?
Why?
Because it wasn't baby mode. It wasn't handed to you.
No. It was not handed to me. I had to work for that. I was in, whatever, just regular survival mode, right? So I had to watch out and be careful and not die and work for everything and grow crops and and there were even certain crops they didn't even have at the time. It was more of a slowly adding things, but it wasn't early access. And I was just like sitting there one day and that music's playing like the violin and everything's happy and I got my wolf and I think I was able to name it and the biggest smile on my face. And my kid comes up and he's got that, isn't it called a flint or what's a fire starter thing called?
Yeah, the flint is.
Yeah, whatever that device is in his hand. And he hit my wolf with that thing. I didn't know that tears could shoot out of my eyes that fast. When he hit my wolf. No, I think
all that work.
It shook me. I've never felt that way in a video game before. Jeez, you used to laugh at this story. What's up? He killed my wolf.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was and I had to like literally get up, take a breath and walk out of the room. Now, understandably, guys, yes, I could have like stopped the game, not saved it. Maybe it was autosave. But yeah, it was a pretty emotional moment, But it was like, killed my dog, man, my wolf dog. He was my buddy. Yeah. That's how much I was into that game. Either way, I just play it creative now. Cuz I got PSTD over that game. So I never play creative. Even though my son asked me every week for the last 8 years, he's asked me, play some creative, kill each other. No, it's not going to happen. But let's move on to community questions, guys. Okay, right. So Jedi of Light, he says, I thought about this question for a long time, and the fact is I'm not even close to being good enough at any video games to be considered a pro. Now I'm depressed. I'm right there with you, Jedi. Feel the same way.
It's a theme. Normie on there, she says shooting and dying, a.k.a. cowboy in it.
Red Dead Redemption 2, Normie? Is that where you're at? Is that your pro game?
Sounds like it, man. That sounds like she's out there.
I thought she was going to say. What's that Nintendo game called?
Animal Crossing.
Thank you. Animal Crossing. New Horizons. Nipron says, that's a tough question. I don't want to say my usual game Destiny 2, but it's true, Nipron. And World of Warcraft, because I'm always struggling with PvP. But he says Uno on the Xbox 360 version with cameras and making fun of people sleeping while playing Uno. So you beat. Yeah,
I've heard some. Uno
are you saying that you're a clear winner when the people are sleeping? Is that how you win? Because they're asleep? Lame, Nipron. Okay. Of course you're gonna win because they're sleeping. I'm joking.
It's like watching Jesus sleep over here in the show all the time. We're always like, "Come on, Jesus, wake up."
Oh shit!
But all right, what about Evan Tanaka? He's gonna be saying Pokemon.
Really that good at Pokemon?
The Pokemon Master?
Yeah.
Not Call of Duty, Evan?
Yeah, I see. I've been playing. I used to see him play a lot of Call of Duty.
Yeah, me too. Every time I hop on there, he's playing. Brian Tulp Jr. says all the games. All of them,
He's
Jesus.
good at all of them. He sounds like Jesus over there. I'm good at all of them.
Every one of
Other
them.
than a game I'm bad at.
Challenge me at everything.
Hey, look, I always beat GF and G at everything. At everything. Even Gears. And I don't fucking like Gears. And I beat them. So I am good at everything, motherfucker. Yeah! Fuck yeah!
Harlan Meeks, he says Destiny 2, PvE, Fallout 4, and Skyrim. You have a challenge, Nipron. Harlan's over here with the Destiny 2, but I think Harlan plays on Xbox. I could be wrong. Pretty sure he's an Xbox bot.
No, I'm pretty sure he has it on both. He's like one of those like Nipron where like, I got 10 characters on my Xbox and 10 more characters on my PlayStation and 5 characters on the PC and yeah.
Yeah, he's got like 1,400 hours in those games in Destiny. Probably more.
They both
Since
do.
we last talked.
I like Alexander Green's answer. He says RPG, then it says also black and white. He says my online name is Lucifer, and it got to the point when I would log into a lobby, people saw my name and they would just quit.
Is that Pokemon? Is that RPG? Is that Pokemon? Black and white I know is, right?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know if maybe I'm missing some of the text or not, but
Because I remember when Pokemon Black and White came out. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game, but yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I'd quit too, Alex. I'd be like, fuck that, Satan's here. I'm out. Let's see. Anything else? Let me see. I think that's all, because I went through the Facebook and the Discord questions. I'm just checking to see if there are any more answers, and I think that's it, folks. Yeah. Community questions. Man, we don't have one for next week, but you wanted to say something about maybe the new video cards?
Yeah, we'll try to do something video card related. Let's just post it here later on tonight. I'll post something.
We're going to post something about video cards, whether it's going to be, are you buying the next card, or something that relates to that.
Ooh. Well, 90% of people are going to be like, no, I don't want to buy the new card.
Yeah, right.
No, I want to buy the new Xbox. The new PlayStation.
Yeah, are you getting a new console, or are you getting a new card?
Man,
Speaking of,
the same price.
Are you waiting for the next?
Speaking of buying things, guys, the best-selling game of July 2020 was Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, yeah.
The second best-selling game was Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And the third best-selling game was Paper Mario the Origami King. And the fourth was The Last of Us Part 2. And the fifth was Animal Crossing New Horizons. And then Ring Fit Adventure, Mortal Kombat 11, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Sword Art Online. The top-selling games of the year so far. Number 1, of course, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Number 2, Animal Crossing New Horizon. Number 3 is The Last of Us. Part 2 is the third best-selling game of the year. Number 4 is Final Fantasy VII Remake. And number 5 is Ghost of Tsushima. So Sony is up there with 2 games in the top 5 of all year, Gunny.
Where's Xbox? Where's the Xbox?
Where's
no
Microsoft? Xbox is not on this list whatsoever.
I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm just thinking it's such a disappointing year so far.
Oh wait,
Flight Simulator.
And
I'm trying to think of my game of the year so far, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
And number 7 is MLB The Show. Again, another Sony game.
Oh, where's Flight Simulator? Will that be next month? Hopefully.
Do they count those as sales? Like Gamepad? They can't count those as sales, can't they?
I don't
wouldn't
think so. I think you have to purchase it.
So those are not counted.
But it was on Steam as a purchase. I mean, you can buy it on Xbox. I mean, I don't know where else you could buy it. Who knows what Microsoft's doing. Yeah, you can probably just buy it in the Windows 10 store. And Steam, of course.
Who would buy it on the Windows 10?
It's not available on the Xbox.
And it won't be. So
Yeah.
fucking Flight Simulator is not going to be available on no Xbox, dude. It ain't going to be available for shit on the Xbox. You guys are dreaming. You're dreaming, Gunny.
Wife's yelling at me. I didn't hear you.
Oh. Anyways, we're done. You can find me on everything at Jesus Box Lot. Go ahead, Mayo.
Hey, you guys can find me the Mayo one on, on Steam and Xbox and all that fun stuff. And this is the Mayo on Discord. So come on over. Again, we're going to have the community night on Labor Day night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. So look for us in the Discord over there.
Right during my work hour, you motherfucker. Okay.
That's how we do it.
Well, we could go a little earlier.
You sons of bitches. Okay, it's cool. No, it's cool. It's cool. You fuck.
Now how we do it? Go over to Xbox, type in Gunny Chief over on Steam, and you play an Epic.
Oh, God.
I love you, Epic. You're so fair. Gunny Chief. That's what you put in there, Gunny Chief. And PlayStation, I am HGP_Gunny.
Why are you not Gunny Chief?
No, I told you guys. What happened was that when I got the PlayStation 4 and I brought it home and I'm like, all right, cool. I get to log in with my account.
Oh, your email. You forgot.
The email thing, it went to an old email that I don't know the password to. Yeah. So I screwed that up. But I've been pretty good the last 4 years where I just keep 2 emails. That's all I do. I keep 2 emails, and then that way
I have
one's like a backup or one's for one.
I have like a junk email, and I have a secret email.
Ooh.
And I have an HGP email, and then
Jesus,
I have
jerks a lot at Gmail.
6969.
That's how I log into the.
And then I have my main email.
I go to Xvideos with that email. Nobody knows about incognito.
Incognito mode activated. Anyways,
Yeah, well,
fuck out of here, people. Leave. Go. Listen to this track by Ricky Alfares called The Final Stage. Anyways, we're out of here.
thank you, Ricky.
Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. We're out of here. Goodbye.
Bye.